That's too weird. The camera's too low. No. We're live and I'm doing readings. I wish I had my phone arm. That's what I needed. My phone arm. This is a weird. I don't like that. Well, my ego doesn't like this. It doesn't like change. The ego doesn't like change, and my ego does not like vertical. I prefer landscape. But so far, I like it. Let me see. What do we have here? Let me play around with this. Green screen. Oh, no. We're not going to do that. No. Uh, what is this? Yeah, no, we're done. No, yeah. Let's see. What else is here? Retouch on. No, turn that off. I don't know what that is. Okay. Hello, AM. I'm like, yeah. And then there's the switch for the camera. Love that. I remember when I first went live on YouTube before they had all it like this, before they had it set up like this. Back in my day. Let me see here. Chat filter. Let's not do top messages. They still stay on top messages. No, 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 no. All messages, please. Thank you. I need to see everything. I need to see who all is coming in, who all is yapping. I need to see everything. I'm not on my regular setup software, streaming software that I usually use. I prefer to use I prefer to use Streamyard, but I'm gonna try YouTube back again. I'm gonna try this setup, but I do prefer Streamyard so far. It really like what they do really was offering things that YouTube should have been doing long before. But enough of that. Enough about streaming and setup and all that because we're here for tarot. We're here for readings. I have a plenty of decks that I would like to try out, but decks that I haven't quite used, and decks that if need be, I can rely on them. And I'm drinking coffee. So yeah, I don't know who all is gonna show up, but yeah, let me see here the chat. Okay, that's interesting. I can do that. Still looking at chat stuff, so let's see. Community moderation, live chat on, live chat, right. Okay. Love that. Okay, that's pretty easy. I like that. What's this? Ooh, I can start a poll or start a Q&A. Okay, this is fun. This is interesting. Yes, there's probably more I can do, but I'm not gonna. Yeah. Hello, Prime Logan. I'm like I should sit up straight. I'm on. My legs hurt. Hello, Robert Sherman. not Glenn. Not Glenn Quagmire. Oh, I'm getting spam now. Listen, if you're gonna have the Glenn Quagmire name, at least have the icon picture. Can I get a shout out? Do you not see how small my channel is? I'm like, do you not know? You come to the wrong place. I don't care. Well, if you don't care, then why should I? AJ Styles. I need to look that up. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to look that up. Wait, I need my. That's what I need. You still are doing the best you can. You know what? That's valid. I'm afraid to look it up. I don't want to look it. No. Let me just with as much hair movement as I can. No. And I'm like, I swear that name sounds familiar, but I'm like, what is it? Can I get a read? I'm like, depends on the question and depends on how old you are. I have rules here. I don't just do it for anyone. I'm like, is this what it is to stream live like this? I'm like, this is very different from my usual live streams. WWE Superstar? Now I'm interested. Ooh. Okay, you see? There we go. Let's see, what can I do here? Can I pin? Let's see if I pin them, right? Can I do that? Right? How is that? Okay. Right? Right. Okay. Right. Will that stay? So I can see it? I would like that. Right? YouTube, behave, YouTube, right? Let's see. It's pinned. Work. Good. Let's see. I wish it was more stand out-ish a little bit, you know, from the rest, but enough critiquing of YouTube's live streaming setup. Hello, Lori Sue. And hello, Hopeful Soul 72. Well, what do we have here? I'm like live streaming, doing a tarot reading again. It's a little warm here, but I'm sure it's not as bad as it is. But anyways, back to you. To me saying, new location. I'm like, no, I'm house sitting. So for now, I'm here, but hopefully I do get back to live streaming. Where I usually am, but at the moment, I'm like, while I'm here, we'll do it here. Okay, so let's see. Is Tumisang? Martin. We'll just say we'll call you Martin. Is Martin on the right path? And will he reach my career goal? Will he reach his career goal? Tumisang. I'm so used to yeah, my room is still there. I got my setup there. I'm just house sitting right now, so house sitting and pet sitting, so yeah, but I am doing well. Okay, I'm sorry, and sorry if I shuffle a lot. That's just how I am. It's just how it is. It's just the vibe. No numbers game yet. Oh, well, thank you, Lori Sue. I try. That's all I can say. I try. Oh, this will be your first read. Okay. Well, in general, ever, or like... Ooh. Okay. Whatever you're going through, whatever's putting you in this mindset. Oh, you're South African. Okay. Okay. Oh. The four. I got to keep track of this. This card, this likes to show up quite a bit at the bottom of the deck. I did another reading like this, and it also came out at the bottom. Don't ask me why. I don't know. But it's kind of telling you to keep calm, you know? What's the term? Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. You know, it's giving your already thinking it's kind of giving like you're already feeling like you're in a losing game before you even started the game. You know, because we have we have the Ten of Swords reversed, Ruin, which I was like, ooh, maybe not so good, but also it's like, this is more so maybe like a poor perspective. Hello, Tashadi. Uh, so the Ten of Swords reversed, it's sort of like saying, like, sort of like spilled milk. Just, it's kind of giving me that vibe. And it's like, just, you know, get some paper towels and pick it up. The second card you got was the Hierophant, the teacher, who's a well experienced expert that's been on the same path that you have. A lot of people will say, like, depending on what your career is. I don't know what your career is, what you're looking for, what your goal is, but usually this person, the Hierophant, the Hierophant person in your life will help you better understand this Ten of Swords, this yeah, a software developer. That's like, well, I wonder if AI has any effect on that. But I feel like that's something that's pretty, yeah, like that's a pretty good career, right? you know. And then the next card you have another like Gemini reversed as well, the Knight of Swords. No number games. So far, the chat seems pretty slow. There's not that many people in the chat, it seems. So no numbers game, just as it goes. If there's like, well, unless all five now people want a reading, then I'll probably do the numbers game, but we'll wait. But yeah, you also have the Knight of Swords rushing into things too quickly, and jumping to conclusions. This is like with these two, I was kind of like, you're kind of already like counting yourself out before you even, started really, kicking into gear, you know? Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Scary accurate. That's how these are. That's how these are. But it's really, it's giving you a good message here with the Hierophant and the Four of Swords at the bottom. It's really about don't harp so don't what's the word? Don't focus too much on the failures or the speed bumps or the things that get in the way, and don't let those things, keep you out in the rain, if that makes sense. It's just look for advice, look for more software developers that were in the same situation that you were in and seek advice from them, because listen, I'm just a tarot reader. I don't know much about software development, so. So yeah, this he seeks some advice from more experienced people who have been in the software development game than you have, and know when to take a break sometimes. Sometimes you got to take a step back and just stop, just stop, stop splashing around, in the water, and just let the water be still, if that makes sense. I'm a bit confused with this. Do it like you used to. Well, with the guess the numbers game, well, there's not that many people in, so I'm like, who all wants a reading? Who all is in here? I wonder how accurate YouTube's live chat number thing, because so far it's saying 4 to 5 people are in here. So yeah, it feels like now. I asked the question because of financial issues. You see, that's a different thing. That's a different question right there. Yeah, because career and right career path choice, that's more goals and where you're going versus advice on financial issues and managing your finances and stuff like that. That's a different thing. Okay, Hopeful Soul and Tashadi want readings. I think there might have been one more person, but I don't know. I don't know. Giggity. There we go. Why does Glenn Quagmire have the second place? I'm concerned. When you used to do it, you used to have more people. I used to. The last time I went live, before this, I got like at least 10 viewers. That's right. Yeah, watch out. Um, and but yeah, it's hold on. Let me unpin this real quick. There we go. Um, but yeah, here I just have my phone though. I have my phone and my tablet, so I don't have my full setup as well. But that's different. But yeah, that was when I was live streaming more consistently, and then I had yeah. All right, thank you, Martin. Yeah, I do. My tarot godmother, hi. Wait, you're at work. How are you? Let's see. I used the Thoth, and that's how I summoned her. Anyways, uh, well, I mean, I could do a reading for you, Tashadi, and Hopeful Soul. I'm like, I'll do Hopeful Soul first because she was here first. Right now, at the moment, first come, first serve because there's not that many people in, you know. Aw, thank you, Hopeful Soul. I'm like, I think I have the appropriate number of subscribers for the work and effort I put into my channel at the moment. But I try not to entrench myself too much in the thought of I need more subscribers because I think that just leads down to a dangerous spiral and not really focusing on just being here and present, I think. Let me see if I go like, I don't like it, like, I don't know. I don't know. But if I did head on, that doesn't look right either. I look too small. I look too small. I'm gonna do it like that. But you're so good. I listen. I will be recognized for my effort. No, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, this is off-putting. What's off-putting? Okay, so Hopeful Soul, what's your question? I'm gonna do Hopeful Soul and then Tashadi. The way it looks, like currently the whole thing, yeah, I don't like it either. If I had my way, I'd have it like this, maybe. That being said, I am sitting on the floor, but I would have it like this. But I don't have it. I don't have the proper setup. So right now we're consider it guerrilla filmmaking. How about that? That is not judge. I try really hard not to be judgmental. It is so hard not to be judgmental. And in the end, I fear, I may still be coming off a little bit judgy, I think. But I think I always pause myself and be like, no, Zach, you've also been in that situation, I think. Or, no, Zach, you're no better than them because XYZ. And I'm like, that's true. I think that's why. I think that's why. Challenge the word. Well, yeah. Well, yes. Current affairs read, having a challenging moment. I will elaborate a little after. Okay. Judgy is quite good though. You know, I always think of Valentin Tomberg's tarot meditations, and he says, I believe this is where I got it. I'm 90% sure this is where I read it. But it's okay, uh, it's okay to judge, but it's not okay to condemn, you know? That's what he says. Let's see, current affairs read. Let's see, pin message. Oh, that's one thing I don't like about this. It's like report and pin is like right next to each other. It's like, no. Let's see. So like just a general reading then? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're looking at here? A general reading? You said it's not a general reading. It's current affairs. I'm like, girl, current affairs. Don't get me started. Don't Do not get me started on the current affairs of things. Do not get me started. Like, go here. There we go. Current affairs for Hopeful Soul. Are you okay? Hopeful Soul, are you okay? I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? You okay? I'm like, are your finances causing you stress? We have the first card, the Hanged Man. Yeah. Yeah. There's a sense of there's really not much else one can do, you know, other than just this too shall pass. But there's a sense of immobility as well, you know, of feeling stuck, the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I mean, things aren't going your way, or how you're expecting things to have panned out are not going as smoothly as you thought. There's some hard truths that you got to face here. Some hard truths that not that you have to face, more so that you are currently facing. You know, hard truths that just it's that bitter pill. It's that bitter pill. You got to take it though. You got to take it. And then at the bottom of the deck, this is where I was like finances, you know, with the King of Pentacles reversed. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening here? Resources aren't being managed properly. The bank is struggling here, I get. Because, you know, the King of Pentacles is seen as the banker and all that. So, yeah. Did I bring any Oracle cards with me? I did not. I did not bring any Oracle cards with me here because, you know what, I was like, I got a lot of tarot studies and stuff that I need to do that I'm like, tarot only. The only Oracle card, well, no, I do have Oracle cards, but they're not Oracle cards I read with comfortably. But anyways, what's going on? What's going on, Hopeful Soul? I'm like, you're like, I will elaborate a little after. I'm like, I want you to elaborate now. This is concerning and really big too, especially with these two guys. Well, I don't know. Is it reversed? Is it flipped? Is it flipped? You know? I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, it's just like the Wheel of Fortune reverse kind of gives me the tires the tire stuck in the mud, you know, just spinning but not really going anywhere with no traction. There's no traction here with this wheel here. Oop, moving my phone a bit too much. Sorry. And also, I'm having coffee late in the afternoon for a time to have coffee, but I was feeling sleepy. And I was like, I want to go live. I want to try going live via like this. That being said, I'm not really a big fan of it. Um, but I'm sure if I work on things and I set things up a little better, I could do better. But yeah. But anyways, what's going on with you, hopeful soul? Hmm? Not the dead air. Here we are with the dead air. I'm like, let me see. Okay. I'm like, can I fix is my phone at its most? It is, okay. Jesus. What else is there to talk about? I'm like, I kind of just ran through these cards here. I'm just waiting for a response from Hopeful Soul at this point. What have you been up to? How's everyone been doing? I'm like, if I don't get a response soon, I'm just gonna move on to Tashadi's. So, what now? I'm like, we'll move those out of the way. I'm like, I want to see if I can, you know what? I shouldn't really use the decks that I know. I brought certain decks to try out so I can read with them because I don't use them all the time, you know, and see how they read. I'm like, I'm not saying no. The chat's dead. She's dead. No. Let's see. Too sleepy. I had to go to Vegas to help drop off, tag along with my cousins to drop one of them off. And yeah, it was a long, long drive, but it was fun either way to catch up with my cousins. Which nobody asked, but here I am because yeah. Is chat dead or am I just not seeing chat here or something? Let me see here. Oh my god, I see you now. Chat is not. That was weird. I see your wish card. Okay, hello everyone. I'm so sorry. You see? YouTube's still on its bullshit. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Okay. Hello, Wish Card 22. Hello, Nine Worlds Tarot. Sorry, I like completely missed everything. My timing's perfect. I only move my finger and you're gone. I'll go back to the way it was before. Yeah, I'm gonna see what I can do, but yeah. Oh, Diddy got convicted. Well, was he though? I daren't move my nice finger. Oh Lord, you went again. And no, yeah, I'm catching up now. I'm catching up. Hello, Helga. Welcome, welcome. Helga, this is not the usual live stream I do. It's usually much more professional than this. And that's saying a lot, you know? Yeah, I see you now. Yeah, it's chat was just the last one was from Tashadi. Hello, Javiera R. Yeah, I see you guys. Yeah. I did see it now. I did see it now. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't see your comments. No, it was YouTube. It wasn't me. It was YouTube. It was you. No, I should have known. It's been so long since I've live streamed directly on YouTube. Yeah, no. I was like, is there Wi-Fi? Is the Wi-Fi cutting out? What is happening? What are we doing? Like, what's going on? So anyway, oh, did I freeze too? Was I frozen or something? YouTube needs to work on its live function, especially like this on mobile. That being said, it's like usually when you're live streaming, you should be streaming with an Ethernet cable, not like this. Yeah, I blipped a bit. I mean, I could probably move my stuff, but that would mean I'd have to get up and move. Javeria, when will I get a job? Well, that's a good question. I'm asking the same question too. But yeah, is it about Hopeful Soul, was it just purely about the Diddy stuff? Let me see, I'm looking. Ah, okay. This isn't on me, that others influencing the situation. Yes, I'm dealing with uncertainty. I can't believe how disgusting people are, but this tracks. I had some family issues and they are fighting dirty. Oh. Explains the Three of Swords. Yeah, I know. Okay, but I'm okay now, right? I'm not glitchy or anything, right? I hope, you know? Let's see. A real job. In this economy? Well, it depends. Where are you? Javeria? No, anyways, back to you, Hopeful Soul. Stick with me, Hopeful Soul. But yeah, was it so family issues then? Let me see here. No, okay, yeah. Oh, you're from Pakistan. Okay. No, I'm waiting on some information. I have to be patient. I appreciate. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the waiting on information. But it seems like, yeah. Hello, Miss Pickett. No, there is no list. I don't do lists. I tried it out. I was trying out at the dawn of tarot live streaming here on YouTube. No, I did not like it. This is an anti-list live stream channel. You will not see a list for tarot readings here. um, let's see. Yeah. Okay. So is that? Did we cover all the bases? Did I answer your questions? Did we get into it as much as we should have, Hopeful Soul? Now that my chat is working properly, or do I need to go over something again? Gotta fix myself here. The heartache and wheel in reverse. The reverse King of Pentacles is greedy sicko who is messing with me. I will be okay. I mean, in general, yeah. That's kind of like the joy of the Three of Swords is that it's not the end, nor is it really the beginning. It's a part of the process, I would say. So it hurts, but I mean, like rain, it's not always gonna be there. Okay, so all right, Hopeful Soul. Okay, I just wanted to make sure before I just like jump on to the next question. I didn't want to just like didn't want to just be like, okay, time to move on to the next. Like that'd be a little rude, you know. Why am I getting an itchy throat? It should not be allergy season like that right now. I'm not here for that. Uh, let's see. Let me see what else. Yeah, okay. So right. Who all wants a reading now? There's quite a few more people in here. I think Tashadi I said next, but I don't know if Tashadi is still here. I don't know if she left or not. Honestly, pretty chill vibe. Pretty chill vibes here. Okay, let me move this out of the way. And then go here. No, she left. Oh, okay. Okay, good night, Hopeful Soul. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, no, she left. Okay, okay. Not good, but like, oh, but at least that gives me clarity as to what. Let's see. Which card would like one? Can I ask? I need to go to university. Go to university. Go to college. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Well, okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, you know what? Me too. I too am happy that I'm okay, actually. I hope that I can get back into the swing of doing live streams again. I'll go on to that personal ramble at another time. I got work to do here. So, okay. So it seems like, yeah, bye for now. So it seems like we're going to do the Guess the Numbers game. I don't know who all here is familiar with the Guess the Numbers game. The rules should be in the description down below. I don't know how the description works here when I'm live streaming like this, but okay. I pick a card from a deck, and it's going to be between 0 to 21. Okay, I will tell you when to start guessing, and whoever guesses the correct number first gets to have their question answered, okay? And if you don't want to play the Guess the Numbers game, you can easily bypass it by donating via Super Chat or through PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, whatever's down there that I have linked there, I think. It should be linked there, hopefully. If not, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. And if there's a tie, which there usually is with these, You don't see the description. I don't know how to get there. I'm like, this is a different setup. I wish I could help you. I really do. But we'll see. Let me see. What are you gonna use? What am I gonna use for the numbers game? I know this one. I'm gonna do this one. Yes, oh, thank you, Nine Worlds. Let's see. Let me shuffle this real quick. Also, my description is crazy. I was looking at it the other day. I was like, maybe I'm doing a little too much. A random person, if you would like a reading, we're doing the Guess the Numbers game. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card right now, and whoever guesses between 0 to 21 first, you get the right number between 0 to 21 first, gets the question answered. So I got my card. It's a jumper, but you know what? We're going to go with it. Okay. And if you don't want to play the Guess the Numbers game, you can either donate to my PayPal via PayPal, Super Chat, or Cash App, or Venmo. Those should be, again, description down below. And if not, you can go to another live stream. So there we go. Now, got my card, got my number. You guys got to guess. 0 to 21. Between 0 and 21. Don't spam it. Just try and guess. No, not 12, not 11, not 13. Not 14. Really big numbers. You guys are going straight for the big ones. I say that to give people a guess and chance. But Nine Worlds got it. Let's see. Yeah, Nine Worlds got it with 3. The Empress. It is mirrored. I don't like that. How does this read to you guys? Can you read this right to left properly and it says the Empress? I don't know. Anyways. So, Nine Worlds, what's your question? I'm relatively happy. I feel like I could be happier though. Any direction on how to improve my happiness / fulfillment? Okay. So let me quickly change this. I forget that YouTube does this. I wish I could read minds. I don't think you'd want that. I'm like, be careful what you wish for. Okay, let's see. So, let's see. I'm relatively happy. I feel like I could be happier though. Any direction on how to improve my happiness? I'd be offended all the time if I could read minds. I mean, listen, you don't want to know what's going on in people's minds. Like that's you can find some things that you don't need to know about. Let's see. You know what? For this question, I think we're gonna use this one. This one's this is an interesting question because I'm like, wait, if you are happy, why do you want more happiness? Which I guess isn't something bad to want, but it's like, I think what you might be looking for, is it like contentment perhaps, or what's another word for it? I'm looking now for synonyms for happiness that could be more specific to the context of this, because I'm like, well, because it's interesting, because I feel like in this day and age, a lot of people would give so much to just be simply happy, you know? Okay, yeah. And dysthymia. What's dysthymia? I'm like, that's a new word. Hello, Arpita. Low grade depression. Maybe that's what I got sometimes. I want to see if I can. I wish I had like a good spread for this, but we're gonna we're gonna do this. I think. Well, first of all, we can even start with just the card that you guessed the number on, right? Although I saw you guessing. I saw how you were guessing nine worlds. This one though is the embodiment of love, and that right there, love and happiness, or happiness derived from love, uh, is I think a good start right there. Just to start, we're gonna get more into it. Don't worry, but I think love is truly one of the cure-alls to depression. That being said, when I speak of love, I speak not of that of like romantic relationship love, though that could also lead to it if done properly and you know what it is. But love in the proper general sense of, uh, you know, yeah, there's a whole thing to it. There's a whole thing to it with my personal philosophy on love these days. But anyways, shouldn't complain though. No, I think you have every right to complain. I think it's our way of expressing that we want something worked on. So don't don't do that. Don't say that. It shows that we are vocalizing a problem that we have. Then we take the next step to work on that and improving that. Hello, Pinky. So let's see. Let's see what the Marielle has to say on what direction to help improve your happiness. And for the people asking questions in the chat right now, I am on Nine World Tarot. I'm on Kristen Louise. I'm on her reading right now. So if you have any, if you wait patiently, then maybe I'll get to your reading. But I'm not going to make any promises. But right now, I'm on Kristen. Okay, let's see. So Kristen, first card. Ooh. Oh. Huh. Ooh. Oh. So it kind of is. It kind of is touching again on what I said of like, when you said I shouldn't complain though. I'm like, no, you should. Don't worry, it's good. So bottom of the deck. Let's start there, where I'm like, this kind of goes off of what I was saying. The Eight of Cups. Here we have the child with the Nemean lion skin protecting her. It's this sense of like guarding and holding on to things. And this one though is saying your best armor is an open heart. That's the main message that I got when I studied this and I read up on the book, and what it expresses is that an open, honest heart is what is really gonna uh, uh, is what it's gonna. I'm sorry, I got thrown off by Pinky. It's my reading. No, I'm on Kristen's reading, the pinned comment. But honesty is your best armor. You know, it's openness that's surprising. That like how can you strike that when they're being so raw and emotionally vulnerable? Why are you gonna strike someone down when why are you gonna strike someone when they're already down, kind of stuff. So I think you shouldn't be afraid of being open, and being honest, uh, not that I'm like saying that you're being dishonest. It's like no. It's about, like I said, don't be afraid to complain. The Nine of Swords reversed. This great palace here. You're in your head too much up here, and not enough in here, and not enough feeling entirely how you feel. It's too analytical. You got to take a step out of the mental space and focus more on the emotional space, which is funny. It's like you're saying like, well, it's happiness and my depression and stuff like that, you know. Uh, Stuck in your head. Well, and this is really more so a deep, deep emotional uh, aspect of yourself. Go into the deepest waters if you can. Be careful though. These waters. You can lose yourself sometimes in these complex, deep emotions. And it also, this card also touches on the subconscious or the unconscious, what's in there. It may tap into a bit of shadow work there, but again, know to pace yourself doing that work with the right tools and the proper precautions and in line. um, the last one is also the physical body as well. The food you eat, the nutrition that you have. That's which I will say. I'm like a little bit of me. Let's talk about me for a while. As I like to do, to try and relate more as to what I'm trying to express here is like one thing is I'm thinking too much of the type of food that I'm eating. I eat whatever I want, but I am harping on like the nutritional value of it, the vitamins and minerals that I'm getting that are and is my body even absorbing these nutrients properly into my body? And that's one thing that's kind of like what I'm kind of trying to say here, is what the Ace of Discs is saying here. It's a focus on literally how you feel. How do you feel? It's like taking a minute to say, like when you're laying down or sitting down relaxed or something, and you take a minute to focus on different parts of your body. How does it feel? Does it feel like itchy, or a little too warm, or where's the discomfort going, or how does it, things like that. Yeah, I have chronic fatigue syndrome. The doctors can't find the cause. It can be very debilitating. Yeah, I've heard of this. I've heard of this. Yeah. I'm like, it's probably like, I think, I want to say, I'm like, to say I know what to do. I'm like, I've heard iron. It's like, maybe it's an iron deficiency, or what else? I don't know what else. Something else. And it's like, yeah, I don't know, but it's that's one thing. It's like when you're, I think that's maybe what it is. When you are at your, the baseline, you're not too low and you're not at an excited high. of extreme joy and excitement and having fun. You know, when you're at the just, you know what, I'm here. I'm at a stable, happy place. Now I can focus more on, say, well, what can I do to fix my well, not fix, that's not the right word, to help with my chronic fatigue or help with other parts, you know. And let that kind of let that take the main stage, you know, to work on yourself in that way. But I think also what I think, to bring it back with the Empress card here and with the Eight of Cups as well, and the Queen of Cups, is saying this should be out of love at the same time, not out of the analytical Nine of Swords-y, like, what's wrong, there should be a solution. It's like, don't be too hard on yourself as well. You know, it's all about, you know what, this is just the body I'm in right now. And you know what, I'm gonna care for it and I'm gonna love it even though it's not doing what I want it to do. You know? You know, it's self-love. You know, it's that's the love that's being talked about here, I think, at the end of the day. Um, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, this is gonna be very like. I was like, this could be very critical. It's very easy to get hard on yourself and be like, it's like, don't let yourself get frustrated. You know, it's like it's being like, oh, this is a part of myself I didn't know. Okay, you know, sort of like that. Does that make sense? Is that right? You know. Does he see us? Does he sees us now? Ooh. Where? You know, non-judgmental stance. Yeah. Well, yes, yes. He sees us. I know. Oh, Helga. I'm like, yeah. Chat was doing chat stuff. YouTube chat was doing what YouTube chat does. I'm so sorry. Like I said, I haven't live streamed directly on YouTube in a hot minute. You know, it's I can see why I rely on Streamyard now. Streamyard, drop the app. I need it now. You're welcome, Nine Worlds Tarot. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so who all here wants a reading? What's going on? I see Helga wants a reading. I saw a few more people come in that wanted readings, but yeah. Just a yes and no. First of all, I don't do yes. I'm just kidding. I'll do them. I'm just like, it's just, know that you might not get a clear yes or no with me. Because life sometimes doesn't give you a direct, clear yes or no. You can only decide and confirm for yourself that yes or no. Yeah, because it's like, if he does want to, are you going to let him back in? What are you going to do if he does? And if he doesn't, what are you going to do if he doesn't? And then Helga's asking, do you see a good partner coming through? Yeah. And then wish card, yes, I read it. Okay. Okay, so I see a few people. We're going to do one more. We're going to do one more guess the... Oh, okay. It seems like... Okay, well, guess the card. We're going to do guess the number game. Go again. Go on. 0 to 20, between 0 and 21, you know, guess. 0 to 21. Okay. Okay, try and guess. Try and guess. Whoever guesses the right number first wins. Guess as many times as you want. Just don't spam. You know, be fair. Play nice. Okay, yeah, not 6, not 8. And I'll tell you what it is and what it isn't. Not 19, no. Really tap into it. Really feel it. Go on, feel it, feel it. 20, no, you guys aren't on the right frequency with this one. No, not 20, not 17. 10, no. 11, no. Come on, really feel it. I'm like, some of you have gotten close-ish to the number. If you've been on the live stream so far, it is a card I've pulled already for another person. I'll give you that hint, you know. No, not 14. Not 3, not 5. Oh, wish card got it. I'll pass. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. Yes. Wish card got it. The Hanged Man. Men. The card of water. Water. I think maybe because we're entering Cancer season. Like when I was shuffling for the Guess the Numbers game, I wait, no, I want to remove this because I'm waiting for there we go. When I was shuffling, a lot of water cards dropped out. Well, not a lot. I'm like first the Empress. I also got the High Priestess. Both cards pretty relevant to Cancer, which I believe we're moving into Cancer season in traditional astrology. But men, I mean, I'm like Planty 13. Hi. I'm like, what's the little icon looking like a little sassy diva in there? I'm doing wish cards reading first. Planty. Let's see. Okay, let's pin that. Pinned. We're pinning you. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. I'd like to know about the future with my new job, if a promotion is possible soon. Well, let's see. It looks like me. Work. I'm the newbie. I'm like, there's a lot of newbies that come into the live stream, but usually the newbies get quite good luck on the Guess the Numbers game. Sometimes it depends. It's either going to be after like a really long time, or it's going to be the first one. The first one people guess. It's wild. Because I'm. No, you come in quite enough that if I can recognize you, you come here. You come into my live streams quite a bit. I'm like, and I'm sure I've seen Helga before. Or maybe it's a different Helga. I don't know. Anyways. There's no list. No list here, no. So many Helgas. I don't think so. How common is Helga of a name? I don't know. Well, thank you, Helga. I'm like, we'll see. I've been very sporadic with my live streams. I just need to get back into the mood of whenever I have the opportunity, I need to get on it. It's literally, why am I just doom scrolling online when I can do readings? Hello. But I've been in a weird place this past few years, I think. You know, I think I've just been putting things before live streaming tarot. And I need to learn to remember to put the live streaming tarot or tarot readings first, you know, and keep at it, I think. It's unpredictable, Helga. Right now, I do not have a set schedule. I used to. I sometimes do. When I get into a rhythm of things, I'll be like, okay, at this time every day, or at this time usually. But it's unfortunately it's sporadic for me right now. So yeah. But anyways, wish card. Back to you and your job. How long have you been with your job? Seasonal positioned. Oh, okay. That was since 2020. Wow. Girl, new. You've been there for about 5 years. Oh, and the season for this year started now. Well, you've only been there well, only. No, you've been there for 5 years. That is not new. New is like a year, you know? I think you should it's been 5 years. I think you should ask for more hours or promote. Yeah, well, yes. I think you're entitled to that. Yes. New, that's why. It's new for this year. It doesn't matter. If you've been doing it every year. Okay, last shuffle because I'm like I can. Oh, I mean, she jumped out and she was face down and she was face up. So look, I like this. We're gonna leave her out. We're gonna take her as a good sign. The Ace of Coins. Love that. Love that. We're gonna keep her at the top. It's a pretty good yes card, you know. Promotion, opportunity to go. Yeah, yeah. Well, yes. So would you like? Is there a possibility for you to be to get like more hours or maybe full time even if that's even possible with your job? Because sometimes those seasonal jobs are only seasonal, but I don't know. But the Ace of Coins is a good card for this. But it asks. I think one thing with the Ace of Coins or any of the aces is the perspective that people have with it. It's usually people see the hand being offered to them versus why isn't it us propositioning something else, you know? Oh, let's see. But more hours would get right. Let's see. No, I'm rooting for you. But let's see. Let's see what the cards say. Interesting. She's saying something. I don't hate it. I'm not mad. Not quite sure what exactly precisely uh, is being said. It's kind of giving a lot here. Let's go through it. We're going to digest this. I'm going to verbally digest this in front of you, okay? So, children, cover your ears. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. So, first card you got, which got me a little worried, the Four of Swords. This one's a little bit concerning for me because usually this isn't a very proactive card. This is a card of usually taking a step back, mulling it over. And I was like, okay, maybe not so far as taking it back. I think it is that mull it over in your head. Think really well what it is that you know. You're like, you know what? Yeah, 5 years. Yeah, I'm already on this for 5 years. I would like some more hours. Or, I would like, I would like to do this more often. Yes, and examine and mentally digest what the facts of, like, I've been doing this for so long. Essentially think about your proposition. Think about how you're going to ask them for this. Have you asked them already or not? If you haven't, maybe think it over. But this is really one of the cards that I'm like, okay, this is good. I like this. For this, yes, the Six of Wands. We have it's a card of success. It's a card of victory. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go for this and I'm gonna get it. So make sure that you have I always say this, dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure it's clean and presentable, and you're like, yes, actually, yes, I am ready for this promotion, you know? I love those. Yeah, I like them too. The last card, though, got me like, but wait a minute. But wait a minute. This is the Eight of Wands. My first thought reading this was, don't limit yourself to this job. It honestly was like, oh, go beyond this job? What else is out there? Keep the doors open, you know? Don't just tunnel vision onto this one place of work that you're doing, Keep in mind that there, exactly, yes, CEO, go straight to the top. Yeah. No, don't do that. But you said manager, and my first thought was, well, manager. I'm like, well, after from a seasonal position to straight to store manager. I'm like, I'm like, but I think it's kind of, I think it's like, well, what's the worst they can say? No? What are they gonna do? Fire you for trying to go for the manager position? Like, please. I'm like, if you're working hard and you're a good worker, and the worst they'll do is just keep you where you're at for one more year, and then or the worst they'll do is, you know what? You went for this, but you know what we can do is give you this. You know what I mean? Give you the lesser thing, but if they don't recognize and acknowledge your work, then we're gonna have a problem, The bottom of the deck, I'm not quite sure what they're trying to say here. The Ace of Wands. It's kind of like, go for it, but like also be grounded in your expectations as well, because there's a lot of air and fire. That can get you a little bit too excited, too pumped up. There's a lack of water and earth. The only earth we got is the Ace of Pentacles here. So make sure, and I think that's where the Four of Swords is also kind of coming in here. Like take a breath. Let's calm down, which I will do right now. Okay, and then walk in there and sit them down and look at them across the conference table and say, I'm ready to make history, like that, and I think I like this so far. I took a breath. Good, plan it out, mull it over, get your thoughts organized, write it down, okay, go over it a bit, and then because I think at the center card here, Six of Wands, yeah. I think the only thing is, and that's the danger with like the Six of Wands and the fire suit in general, I think, is letting your ego get in the way, getting inflated, your ego inflated like the hot air balloons here, Just don't go too wild, Yeah, that's I think what the Ace of Wands is saying. But at the end of the day, I think you will be rewarded for your work. So yeah, I do have a big ego, to be sure. Yeah. So like you said, store manager, go for it. I think go for it. Propose them, make the best presentation as you can. of yourself and being like, hey, it's the show pony, you know? And you will be recognized. You know, maybe if you oversell, they'll be like, okay, wait, calm down. You know, but any good job position will recognize your hard work. And if they don't, then that's when you should get ready to leave. No, I'm just kidding. Just, you know, at the end of the day, a good resume builder, I think. So yeah. So there you go. I like this deck. I was a little worried of this deck when I got it. Because I was like, will I really like it? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. And I do like it. There are some cards that I think could have been edited differently. I feel like some aspects in the deck could have been like changed. Like I think I talked about this in my video discussing it, like where is it? Yeah, the little glowy details on there, like the little eclipse going on back there on the lover's card here. I feel like it's not too bad, but there's a few with like the little sparkly stars behind it in the background that I just feel like, just kind of takes me out of it a bit. Okay, so who all is still here and would like a reading? I've been going for an hour. Let me get some water. And then I think I'm also gonna go pee. I think I need to pee. Let me go pee real quick. Hold on. Let's see. I would, yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, okay. Okay, yeah. Hold on. Let me go, yeah. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna be right back. Let me. I'm back. I'm back. Girl, Planty, don't let a man take up that much brain space. Don't ever let a man take up that much head space. Let's see. Okay, so it seems that quite a few people want a reading. We're gonna do another guess the numbers game. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was like, wait, what number is this? Let me clear this pinned message. Unpin. Let's go here. Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. So if anybody wants a free reading, You can guess the number, what number this card is. It's either going to be between 0 and 21. You can guess as many times as you want. Just don't spam the chat, okay? And yeah, whoever guesses the number correctly first gets the reading. Yes. 4, no. 3, no. It's number 3. You said that very confidently, but it's not. 11, no. 15, no. Really feel it. Really feel the energy of the card, you know. 8, no. 7, no. 20, no. No, 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 no. I'm getting sleepy, but I am a registered EP boy, so yeah. 16, no. 6, no. No, 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 no. EP boy, literally a 29-year-old man. I'm 13. Ooh, planty girl. Planty girl, we're going to get into it. Some people will say, that's not 13. Yes, it is. Don't fight me on this. It's 13. For this deck, for this system, it's 13. Yes. Planty, what's your question? Again, a watery card, the Prince of Cups. What's y'all signs? What's going on? What's your question again? Is it, can I just use the one that you set up here, right? No, I can't remember. Anyways, birthday's on the 13th. Right now, coming up 13th? July 13th? He's an Aquarius. Or are you the Aquarius? February 13th. Oh, okay. Girl. Oh, okay. Well, what's your question though? What exactly is your question? I know it seems to be concerning Matt. Basic name, Matt. Ooh. Girl, Mahi, that's insomnia. You might want to take that with a physician or something. I can't talk on that. Ooh, you would like to know. Okay, so we're gonna do a relationship spread here. Okay. I love doing a relationship spread. Love a relationship spread. Okay, get ready for it. All right, what are we gonna use? We're gonna use this one. We're gonna use her, Tarot of the Crystal World, okay? Now, is it a basic name? Yeah, Matt is still pretty basic. D. Yeagers? Okay. And? I'm not impressed. I'm just giving you a hard time. I say I love a relationship spread, even though I complain about relationship spreads, but for readings, I should say. But I like this spread for relationships. So yeah, let's see. Now, before we continue, how well does this Matt know you? How well does Matt know you, Avani? Do you guys talk? Are you guys familiar with each other? How well do you guys know each other? How often do you guys communicate, you know? Getting to know each other, but it's slow. Okay, so it seems, well, enjoy it, you know? It's slow so that you can marinate in it, you know? But it means like, but also like, is it too slow for you? Okay, familiar with each other in the same space pretty often. Right. Give me a timeline here. A year? Month? A few months? A week? It's in the beginning stage. Ooh, it's early, girl. Okay, it's early. Months. Okay, not okay. Months. Okay. I mean, it depends on how fast you want it to go. Few months. Okay. Let me move some stuff around here. Okay. Avani. Avani's a good name. Avani and Matt. We got Avani, Matt. But I guess that's a good like yin yang, you know? An intense draw on and connection between us. Now, that might be, beware of cathexis, okay? Beware the cathexis. I think that's how you even pronounce it. I believe that's how you pronounce it. But every time when I get that, I always go into find the ick mode or something, you know? Where is the problem, you know? That's how I function, and then it sometimes bites me in the ass, you know, but still. Never been in a relationship before, by the way. Ooh, the first one is... starting your first relationship-ish? I'm like, are you guys officially dating? Right? Because I feel like if you guys were officially dating and you have these feelings, you wouldn't be asking this question about his thoughts on you. But what do I know? Let's get into the cards. I think one more shuffle and I think we're good. Not dating yet. But the crushing is crushing hard. Let's see. So how the spread goes, it's going to be your heart and mind, Planty, and it's going to be Matt's heart and mind, and then it's going to be the foundation, the advice, and the outcome of the relationship. All right, that makes sense, you know? So it gives you a heads up. So we're going to look at you first, your heart. Ooh, okay. What's going on here? Your mind. Ooh. Girl. Let's see. And then his heart. Oh. Huh. Oh. His mind. Oh. This is the first time I've ever experienced a real attraction to a guy, so this is new territory for sure. A lot of new things have to. Oh, hey, don't think you can get away from me like that. I saw that. I read that out loud. Let's see this. It's too. It looks like it's a little too early. What's the advice? Oh. Ooh, okay. I see the advice. I see what it's saying. Outcome. Interesting outcome. What can we say about that? We'll get to it. Okay. So, ooh, bottom of the deck. Let's start with the bottom of the deck. No worries. If you need to get the, however is best to get your thoughts put together and clear communication. Clear communication. Do what you must. So bottom of the deck, the Three of Pentacles. Okay, this is the card of, okay, you have this intense feelings. That amount of work should be anticipated. Do you know what I mean? Um, the amount of, well, I don't want to say effort because I don't want you to like go gung ho and then uh, over come off too strong. You know what I mean? It's only been a few months. You don't want to go through because that's a bit wild. You know, it sometimes scares people away. Desperation doesn't look good on anyone. Um, so let's go to your heart. Okay, your heart is the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, not that it is, it's more so in a state that is like the Queen of Swords reversed. It seems that your heart needs to be a little bit more realistic. You might be overlooking something. And that's what the heart does. You got to be careful here. I think she's kind of saying maybe take off the rose-colored glasses, you know? Kind of maybe see if you which is where I kind of like to do is like catch them like I don't know in a poor light, you know, like picking their nose or something, you know. And it's like, do you still feel the same way about them? You know, it's that kind of deal here. Your mind, in your mental, we have the Ten of Coins. Are you already planning your future with this man? With Matt? So, as they say, the Delulu. No. Okay, you better not be. You better not be. Don't. I think it might be saying don't get your hopes too high. Maybe. So, yeah. But, and also, let's think about it. I mean, Ten of Pentacles is also a card of far long future, you know, essentially how like so it kind of is also asking what are your needs and your standards for a relationship, you know, uh what do you expect out of the companionship that you form with whoever that you meet, you know. uh I think that's what it's also asking, you know, how long do you want this relationship to last? You know, are you looking for the happily ever after? Or are you looking for just, you know what, let's see how far we can go with this. You know what I mean? How intentional and set and how set on this goal of the relationship are you? I think that's one thing that you have to ask yourself with this crush, you know, with this situationship. No, I wouldn't say that. I'm gonna stick to crush because you guys aren't dating yet. But I got some good news. We have is this the lovers, right? Yes, this is the lovers, right? Yes, this is, I think. Yes. IV is 4, VI is 6. Gosh, yeah, crush. There we go. Yeah. We have the six. We have this the sixth arcanum, the lovers here, but it is reversed, so that there might be some issues with it, but it does show that there is an opening for a relationship. But being a major arcana, the lovers of all, it's quite grand, you know. It depends. There's something going on here with his heart and how he feels towards emotion. So it's are you ready for that? What if he may? There might be some issues too, though. And this is why I don't do readings looking into other people, because it's like I don't know this Matt. You know, he's not here. So let's see. The next card, his mind, we have the Six of Swords. Right, right. Traveling, moving connections, possibly studying and learning as well. Is he a student, perhaps? Uh, this is the Six of Swords is always about like moving and transitioning from one place to another, from one state of being to another. Yes to what? Oh, you're both students. Okay, okay. Um, and this could also with the Lovers reverse, the Six of Swords and the Lovers reverse could also indicate he may have come out of a relationship. Yeah. Okay, so you're both students, right? So the foundation of your relationship, we have the Eight of Wands, another card that we've had in previous spreads and other readings for others. But the Eight of Wands is as a foundation card. I don't like it. It's very speedy. It's very fast. You said it's slow, and it's like I think you want to stay in that, But I think you need to really structurize it more. Really set things in stone if you really are interested in this person, and you really do want to start dating them. It's you got to set things in stone and really you can't leave things up in the air too much, because then that's when it becomes from a crush to a situationship to time wasted. Either be like, listen, we're either doing this or we're not. I like you, I want you, stuff like that, and go for it. Do you Planty, do you expect him to make the first move, or do you want to make the first move? That's what the Eight of Wands is saying. Listen, it's kind of like saying, like, the foundation, it's like, okay, it's gonna land somewhere, but it's gotta land somewhere. You can't just stay up in the air. It's gotta, which is where I think is the advice is also coming through. The Knight of Cups, the romantic, the only card that's upright, by the way, in this spread. I think I should be the one. Pounce, girl, pounce. Don't let that mat, slip out your fingers. The Knight of Cups is the romantic. He loves to romance, but he can have an issue with, I would say, overselling. You know, um, and there's a, you know what I mean? Be, as they say, be yourself and all that, and just show your interest. Show us, like, hey, let's hang out, type deal. The Knight of Cups is that romantic. His mission is to connect and to, essentially build relationships, I think. So yeah, that Knight of Cups is saying, listen, you want this, you want a relationship, make the relationship happen. You think he's pretentious? No, actually. No. Uh-uh. I don't think so. I don't see any of that. No. So far, I think he's very, I think if we're looking into anything on him, the most the cards are saying with the airy energy of the Lovers and the Six of Swords, very mental, very in his head, I think. That's the only thing I could get out, if anything. But pretentiousness, I'd have to see other cards, but no, I don't get that. Which, me personally, I hate pretentious people. I hate pretentiousness. Which, yeah, yeah. Anyways, potential outcome of this relationship. The Six of Wands, right? The Six of Wands reversed. Now, I think this is a bad card because I believe if this is a relationship and this is in the focus of love and having a romantic relationship and building a romantic relationship, it's not about winning. This is a card of victory, and you can't have winners without a loser. The type of mentality is going on here. The outcome is you won. But it's like, wait, with a relationship, you're not supposed to win. That's not what's going on here. That's not the point of a relationship, you know? Keep that in mind. It's not a game to win or lose. It's a relationship is about building trust and honesty and openness and uh, you know, trust is really what it is. So I guess in that sense, maybe, but and it might also be saying, like with the Eight of Wands as the foundation, it's a little too soon to tell. It's there. You can get what you're working towards. You know, you're like, I like this person. I want to be in a relationship with them. It may be saying, yes, but, and there's like a huge asterisk to that. It's like you'll win, but you'll win. You know what I mean? You'll win, but you won't get what you expected to win out of it. You know what I mean? You know. Marwa, hello. Thank you for the like and sub. So yeah, that's the reading for you, Planty. If there's anything about the spread that you want, or anything in the spread that I think that you would like me to go over again or go more in depth that you kind of aren't clear about, let me know before I move on to the next reading. Oh my gosh, about what? The hell is this? Mm, I guess. Like I said, it's unclear. It's the Six of Wands reverse. It's not. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. If you're not ready for I'm gonna tell you this right now. Okay. You've never been in a relationship, no, not even in high school, no dates, no flings or anything, right? I'm like, I think it's saying, here's what I say. I had the same mentality before my first relationship. And if you say that, you're never gonna be ready. You know? Nobody's ever ready. Marwa, I'm not talking to you about this. I'm talking to Planty about her. I'm doing Planty's reading right now. Marwa, don't worry. Don't calm down. Calm down, girl. Uh, so Planty, uh, you'll never be ready for a relationship because if I was having that mentality there, and I went for years. I was like 24, 25 until I got my first relationship. It's all right, Marwa. You're not the first. You're not the first for this to happen to. It happens quite a bit in my live streams. So I think it's saying go for it. You know, even if it doesn't pan out. You know, I was trying to, ooh, wish card, girl. Wish card, girl, you and me, we're like holding hands. We're like, girl. um, but Planty, I think the cards are saying go for it. If anything, you'll get experience. You know? Even if you don't end up in a good relationship, you'll still get experience. And it's part of the human condition. Now, I'm not saying that if this guy's an asshole and he turns out to be an asshole, be ready to dump his ass, you know? Lots of experience. Yeah, don't be afraid of heartache, you know? I think is what it's also saying. Because that's what the advice is. The advice is go for it. This could be him too. I'm like, hey, maybe this is him. Maybe he is the Knight of Cups. But I think it's also advising you, Planty, to be that Knight of Cups. And be like, here. Come on, Matt. Let's go. You know, I'm Avani and Matt, like Avani and Matt. His last name is a little is. I'm thinking. I'm like, let's be toxic. Let's be delusional for a little bit. And what's his name? De Jaeger, right? De Jaeger, right? Avani De Jaeger. That. But that's weird. That's weird. Don't say that. Don't do that. But that as phonetically has a nice ring to it. Avani De Jaeger. I'm like, even if you never talk to him ever again. But you got to take your shot. Even with experience in relationships, there will always be ups and downs. You won't know until you're in the waters. You won't know. How do you know you are enjoying the relationship that you're in and you're feeling that fulfillment of the relationship until you're in it, you know? How do you know? How do you know how water feels around you if you've never gone swimming, you know? It's right. That name Matt is wasted on that last name is all I'm saying. Matt. 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 Girl. Not even Matthew. Matthew's better. Matt is safe. Matt is generic. Matt is. Oh yeah, that's Matt, you know. You know. So toxic. It is toxic. Well, of course you like it, Planty girl. You have a Planty. You got a crush on Matt. Of course you like it. So yeah, it's woo and put in the work. And remember, both have to be putting in the work. Okay? Okay? Oh, it suits him better? And you like that? Girl, you know what? Fine. Go ahead. But again, it's like, let your desire be known, Planty. You know? That's how it's. So, yeah, it's not about how does he feel about you. It's about how do you feel about it. You think Matthew is needy? Well, everybody's needy. Everybody has the moon in their chart somewhere. You know? Hello, schlock. 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 Okay. I'm kind of on a roll here. Okay, let's see. Who else wants a reading? Oh, nerdy. There we go. Nerdy's cute. Listen, nerds are in right now. Okay, Schlock would like a reading. Marwa would like one. Listen, nobody needs a reading, let me tell you. Let me tell you right now, any answers that you get from the cards here, you can honestly get them on your own. Anyways, let's see. Miss Pickett would like one. Okay, so I think we're gonna do another guess the numbers game. Okay. In a situationship with a nerd right now, it's peak. I'm like, nerds are great though. The tarot secret. That is the tarot secret. Well, yes. Well, yes. The tarot doesn't tell us. The tarot tells us stuff that we already know. It's yeah. But anyway, that's a whole nother discussion. Okay, got another card. Okay. Guess the number between 0 and 21 if you like a free reading. I have something in my teeth. Hold on. Guess the number between 0 and 21. You can guess as many times as you want. You know, if you know, you know. If not, let me, just don't spam. Don't spam the chat. But you can guess multiple times. Shalot got it. You got the Princess of Wands reversed. You're like, that's not 14. For this one, it is 14. So yeah, Schlock, what's your question? Let's see. I'm gonna go wash my hands after putting my fingers in my mouth. But put in your question. I'll be right back. Yeah. I'm back. Hello. Ah, okay. Vidisha. Who's Vidisha to you? What are we working with here? Who's Vidisha? 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 Vaidisha. Vaidisha sounds better, honestly. But I'm. But who's Vidisha to you? What's your? No. Hello, the beautiful goddess. An ex. Okay. How long? What's the timeline here? Give me a rough timeline here. I'm like, hell, maybe Vidisha is the Princess of Wands reversed. 2 years. You've been together 2 years or an ex for 2 years? Okay, ex for 2 years. Oh. Okay, I kind of cut out there. Am I okay? Am I here? Am I alive? Can you guys hear me? Right? I saw my thing do a weird thing right there. Okay, good. Okay. We're gonna do a quick little, just a 3 card, see what's going on. Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Hello, Evan. Hi. Let's see. Let's see for Schlock. Okay, so you guys have been separated for 2 years. What brings you to ask this question then? Why you guys have been away from each other for 2 years. What's going on? If I may ask, you don't have to answer. I'm just curious. I'm like, you're that person. The Mercury retrograde is winding up, and you're feeling the energy. You wanna hit her up again, huh? But I feel that she was different. The one that got away. Well, first and foremost, stop looking for the one. This is for everyone here. Don't look for the one. Don't do that. It's a myth. But that's a whole nother. Well, I should say that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But honestly, I feel like a lot of people mess themselves up, get all twisted up about it. But what if I found him? Ooh, wish card. But let's see. There's always that one that's like, but that one, they had that thing. Yeah. And you know what? It's human to miss them. Just asking. I'm like, don't challenge me on my opinions. I'm just kidding with card. I'm like, there is, anyways, it's human to miss people, you know? I'm playing a lot. Okay, I know which card. I know. I'm trying to make it fun. Which kind of explains that Princess of Wands. Let's see. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to say, Schlock. It seems that she also is looking back on you as well. But in what light? I'm not. Probably not in the worst light, but not in the best light. So, first card you got was Justice Reverse, which I'm like, okay. There was probably a certain imbalance, and something is out, like something out of balance, something that wasn't right, essentially, which explains the separation, you know. And that's probably still what she's feeling. The Knight of Pentacles is reversed. And also how he looks, it looks like he's looking at the Justice card. It's kind of where I'm kind of feeling like, oh, she's also looking back, having that like missing feeling as well. But pondering on, you know, this past relationship as well, and her feelings towards that, and how she felt in that relationship with you. The next card is the Three of Cups reversed. Really fun times, but three's a crowd. It only takes two to tango. Were there other people? But also it could, most likely, my first reaction was fun, but nothing seriously committed. Someone's ringing my doorbell. I'm concerned. I'm worried. Give me a second. Just neighborhood kids. They're asking for my nephew. I found a Lego piece. So, okay, so back to you, Schlock. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands reversed. She's still dwelling on some hurt. There's conflict here. The conflict, unresolved conflict and issues here, I think. And yeah, yeah. She feels wronged, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah. What is she still processing through that? And you can't rush people on things like that. But you know what? It seems that, you know, it seems to show that, she didn't take this thing lightly. She didn't take it as a light fling. She definitely took it very seriously. But I think other things got in the way, perhaps. Uh, so yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting little retrospective spread here. Kind of retrospective. Would it be considered retrospective? No. Right. Yeah. Yeah. You can't win them all, schlock. You can't win them all. But you know what? That's why we learn to grow and to develop how we feel and see where we messed up, I guess. No. There's some I'll try to say something profound, but you know what? It doesn't always come out to me. But yeah. It seems she's still working through the pain. If I think that's what the Five of Wands reversed is kind of saying. So yeah, yeah. Yeah. What'd you do, Schlock? I'm just kidding. That's not important. Because again, it's like that's one of the issues with doing live tarot readings like this is that sometimes it can you don't want to overshare, So yeah. Okay. Who's next? So there you go, Schlock. I don't want to dwell too much. We've got other readings to do. But bet you weren't ready for that one, huh? I was like, I don't know what we're gonna get. That's the thing with third party readings. You don't know what the cards are gonna tell you. Okay, so who all would like a reading? I say who's next, but I don't really mean like this next. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome, Schlock. Yeah, I wish I had more. Well, no, I don't want to say I wish I had more positive things for you, but that would lead into like telling you what you want to hear, and that's not what I do. That's not what tarot's for. That's kind of what you have to be ready to expect. It's like you're not getting what you're not coming to tarot for for positive affirmations all the time. If you want that, you go to positive affirmations, and even then, those should be like for self-development and bettering yourself. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so it seems like quite a few people want readings again. So, beautiful goddess, how I do things for anybody that knows, I pull a card, and uh, uh, I pull a card, and we guess the number. It's either between 0 and 21, and you guess as many times as you want. And whoever guesses the number correctly first gets the reading. Okay, and you can guess as many times as you want. And if you but just don't spam. Just don't spam. And if you don't want to do the guess the numbers game, of course you can donate either via super chat here on YouTube or in the description down below. There's PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I think those apps should be there. Those links should be there. Okay, and it helps support me and my channel and what I do. So yeah. Okay, so here's the card. You guys can guess. It's 0 to 21. Big hint here. 1 to 14, you have a bigger chance of getting those numbers. Oh, I'm gonna wait a bit. Yeah. Money making daughter. Got it. The Eight of Wands. Money making daughter, what's your question? I gave it to you, but yet. LOL, I'm on one. And yet, of course, I do have my rules, of course. Description down below as well. There's questions I won't read for, so yeah. Another one, how does Andrew feel about me? Y'all love to want to read into other people's energies. Y'all are everybody just so nosy. Who's Andrew to you? Is Andrew a friend? An ex, or my man, your man. Hold on. Just kidding. I'm Tina. I almost wanted to say it like, I'm Sue. Who else has seen The Substance? I'm Sue. Let's see, let me pin this question actually before I forget. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I mean, what deck to use? What deck to use? What are we gonna use? So Tina, so you guys are boyfriend, girlfriend? Or husband, wife? Boyfriend, girlfriend, I'm assuming? How long? How long have you two been together? Why do you ask this question? Why do you come to me asking this question that if you guys are together, why are you asking this question? Then again, I bet you there are times when you're, I don't know, it really begs the question, like, when you're in a relationship with someone, do you have the right to know how they're feeling all the time, you know? In the spiritual realm. Met last October, but I hit it April. Oh, well, once I hit it, we go together and we agreed on that. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so since October to April, okay. So it's been a while, okay. Time for a relationship spread. I may have to get up real quick and maybe do something with the lighting. We're gonna see here. Give me a second here. I'll be right back, Tina. Hold on. Some god awful overhead lighting. How is that? I like this. Okay. There we go. Ooh, I don't know. Okay. I remembered I had this deck with me. It was in the other room, and I wasn't sure if I should use it or not. Which one do you want to do, Tina? Real quick. I rarely do this, so this is a rare opportunity. You know, which one do you want? Do you want with the gold edges or the white one? You want the white or the black? The blue one? Which one's the girl? Don't say that one. Hello, Nabresha. Archie. Hi. I'm doing good. Keeping busy. The white one. This one? Okay. I was like, I'm like, it's either these two. I was going to do that one. That was the Brady Tarot. I came and found this one. I remembered I had this one with me. So I'm like, I was like, ooh, wait, this one might be the one. It come up blue over here on the top. Yeah, they they kind of look a little like a grayish blue to me. This is just based on the backs. I don't know if you know what the front cards look like. Nabrisha, I do like a guess the numbers question. I do like a random chance game to pick out who gets a reading, because you know quite a few people. There's a small group of people that come in here that want readings. So yeah. Don't worry. Trust. All my decks that I select are of the top quality. You will not be disappointed. Trust. Okay? I only pick the finest decks for my clients. Unlike other readers. I'm just kidding. I don't want to throw shade because let me tell you, there are some ugly decks that will give out the best readings. Stop it. No, we're not. Well, I don't know if I'd make a whole video on it, but let me tell you, it is rare to see a brick and mortar store with fake decks, with knockoffs in there. Thank you, Nebrisha. I get that a lot. I get that a lot, but I'm like, if you're on YouTube, you should have a good presentable energy. Usually that's kind of the point of doing YouTube. You know, if you're on here, you should have uh, in a charming energy, you know. But anyways, back to you, Tina. Let's see your relationship with you and Andrew here, okay? We do have the Eight of Wands as the number that you guessed on, and that's really like there's a swiftness going on. There's a yeah, that's a card of speed, a movement, and it's a card that a lot of people have been getting in this video. Something's going on with it. Something's going on there with the Eight of Wands, with Mercury and Sagittarius, the decan of Mercury and Sagittarius. I don't know if is Mars in Sagittarius right now? No, Mars is in Gemini. I don't know. My astrology app is on my phone, so I don't know where the planets are right now exactly. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, so this relationship spread that I do, it does it examines you, your heart and your mind, Tina, and then it's gonna examine Andrew's heart and mind, and then the foundation of the relationship, and the advice for it, and then the outcome. Okay, so first of all, okay. Ooh. Okay, that's someone else got this card for it. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. And then the advice. Whoa. Whoa. Listen, what happens, happens. I'm just the messenger. Let's see. Oh gosh, the Nine of Water reversed. Are you unhappy? What's going on? No, this wouldn't necessarily say unhappiness, but something's off. Something in the milk ain't clean. As Khadija Mbowe would say, we have the Nine of Water, Lake reversed. It's usually like a card of nurturing waters, emotional fulfillment. Like I said, something in the milk ain't clean. You trolled him on Sunday. How did he take that? Listen, what was the trolling? How hard was the roast? But even then, it depends. Depends, like I said. Because how dare you text a fake number and not me? Why would you do that? You got what? You got let poison? What? Take your time, Diva. Take your time. So whatever he needs to do to validate my bad behavior, okay with me. Bad behavior isn't okay, girl. Well, I mean, if it was all in good fun, you know, just don't take it seriously. You know, you shouldn't either. Well, here we go. We have for you your mind. Wait, what? Well, he sent me a nutty house number when I was playing on his phone. Then later on said, I'm not crazy. What? It's not making sense. It's not making sense, Tina. The grammar isn't grammaring. Okay. Okay, a little roast session. I mean, that kind of makes sense with this. Your heart, we have the father of air, the king of swords in traditional, I would say. But here I'm like, okay, what you're kind of roasting, kind of teasing a bit. The air signs tend to do that. Um, you roasted him from your fake number. Why would you do that? But I guess I don't know, like what type of what type of love language is that? So then you have the Six of Swords reversed, open air. What is it? Hermes, yep, Hermes, the trickster, but reversed. He roasted me too. Okay, that's good. That's good. He got you back. All right. Good back and forth. Yeah, that makes sense for a lot of the air going on here. So you want to make sure you didn't roast him too hard, or he didn't get too burnt from the fire, from the roast. But yeah, that's kind of making sense here with Hermes and the open air. Something with your trickiness, your little Hermesness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So then he has, uh, for his heart, he has the Son of Water. I like this. I like this. Is he very romantic? Is he very like very how is he? Is he very a lovey-dovey type? You know, if anything, or at least at the very least, passionate. Hmm? I'm like Abragini. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it's my bookie book. And then we have the four of air. Quetzalcoatl, ozone. But this is just essentially a very resting, peaceful. He can take it. He's not troubled by this. He seems very chill. It seems, but he probably is needing a wind down from that. I think you got to set the scene first, if you're going to be doing a roast, he should at least be ready for it. Shouldn't take him by surprise at the very least. But so far, seems pretty, you know, romantic and but calm. Doesn't say I like that. He knows he can play along essentially. Which again, Quetzalcoatl, Hermes, very. If we're reading into the deities that this deck is bringing up, Quetzalcoatl and Hermes, they're the same thing. Very or similar at the very least. Very similar archetypes, just in different cultures. One's Greek, one's Aztec. So yeah, but still archetypally the same thing. Here we have one of fire, lightning for the foundation uh, of your relationship. It's a very passionate, high energy here. The heat of the roast, perhaps it might be referencing, but it's quick though. What this warns is long lasting things. For any fire, for any spark, if you want the fire to keep going, you got to make sure that you feed it and you keep it tended to. He FaceTimed me like, stop playing on my phone. I was looking cute. And he couldn't even be mad. I was like, what? He's like, what? You're like, what? And what? Okay. He said I look like a turtle. I said he looked like a mushroom. Turtles are cute, and mushrooms are cute. Mushrooms are big right now. People like mushrooms these days. But yeah, we have the Ace of Wands. There's for a foundation, for a card of a relationship's foundation. It's like a good start, but it's not stable though. That's the issue. And for a foundation, you want that stability. You know, this is what got me interested. The advice cards have been really doing something in these readings for other people, at least. You have the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, Fate, reversed. Again, that's coming up. Also reversed. I don't know. Maybe I need to change how I shuffle or something. But yeah. So the thing here. Let's see what it says. Oh, I am control and the uncontrollable. Do not be ignorant of me. Be on your guard. Right, right. Yeah, we're still working on it, but I have to troll him the old school way once I put on my. Mama, she always got a man over 10 years. Dina, you got me good with that one. But yeah, oh gosh. I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, you kind of said it right there. You got to start up first before you switch it up on him. I think you got to like, the change and roles of the cycles through a relationship. Things that's the adventure. You keep things changing, you keep things excited, but it's saying you can't keep things how they are. Yell on the voicemail, and when a dude call, be like, "Hey, boo, just was seeing what you doing." See, that's toxic right there. I think you gotta something about change and a shift here with fate. Yeah, that's the advice being said here. Something's gotta. Mm, You gotta be. It's either telling you gotta get ready for change, or you gotta do the change. Reversed, I'm saying it might be out of your hands and let the change naturally evolve. So yeah, you call it foreplay. Girl, this is the issue though. Okay. He's been out of town a month. He got the long distance. I feel that. I feel that. I'm with you, girl. With his parents right now. Girl, same. So there's an issue here, Tina. The problem, potential outcome, something's happening. And this may really take this potential outcome card with a grain of salt. Hello, Jean. Uh, Tina, it kind of has to do with this. Things are changing, things are shifting. It's kind of up in the air. So this isn't really confirmed, but this is the cards. It's a concerning card. It's not a happy card for the potential outcome. I don't like this. But, the future is changing. It's not set in stone. Put that disclaimer on before I show you. Here we have sudden rain, the five of water. We have Fa, the African god of destiny, which is with destiny and the wheel of fortune and fate. Destiny and fate, they kind of are similar in ways. It kind of ties into that. And the five of cups, that the this is not. It's sorrow. It's loss. It's yeah. It's I, Ooh. Yeah, I already know. I've been checking his protection. Good. And how he needs to build his own legacy and not under his stepdaddy's name. I mean, if here's what I say, which under your stepdad, it is a little weird. But if nepo babies can do it all the time, there's no shame in that. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Ooh. Okay. 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 That's good. That's good. Like that. Like that. This is concerning for me though. I don't know. Like the image is very strange too. These two men and this one woman upside down holding this woman in a certain way. Something's going on. Something's going on. Something's off here. And it's a sudden rain. Something may happen. And I think that's kind of what a good relationship is. It's all fun and games now, but what is it like when Again, sudden rain. What happens when it starts to pour? Huh? Huh? You can do your best to protect him and all that, but things are still going to happen. How does he handle difficulties? How do you process difficulties? How do you go through that? And when you're in a relationship and one of you or both of you are going through stuff, how do you come together and help each other through that time? How do you come together and work through this in a relationship, Well, that's sweet. Yeah, yeah, and he can that's something for him to do, for him to get. Yeah. Let's see. And he'd been like going through some kind of personality split, parents, preachers, and police. And he'd been on his Kanye West in their house. Ooh. Don't be invoking Kanye West in this live stream. Not on this channel. Not in this channel. I'm like, Kanye West doesn't have a safe space here. But yeah, this is it's there's some tough times ahead. And are you ready to stick through it with him? And well, then you say split personality, and that's probably like these like the two men here look very similar. It's probably two different aspects of himself. I'm like, that's something he's got to work through. Ah, it's causing rebellion in his family structure. Okay. Well, he make enough to pay my rent, so I'm cool. So he's paying for your rent, and you're not living together. Well, I mean, after since October, April, since October at the very least. It's a bit soon to move in together. It's a bit soon for him to be paying your rent, but you know what? That's in this economy. I no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Looks like a spiritual shakedown. And is that the evil eye? Ooh, girl, don't invoke that. Mm-mm. Let's not invoke that. Like I said. Yeah, yeah. I'm in Los Angeles from Atlanta to Lulu. Girl, the tariffs. Girl, the tariffs. I went to the mall in Vegas with my cousin, and we were just looking at some of the shops. I was looking to get something for my boyfriend, and I saw something, and we were checking out at this one store, and this girl came up and like handed a bag to this person that they took from the store, and they're like, wait, I didn't pay for this, and it even had the security tag on it too. And she's like, uh and she's all like, girl, I didn't pay for this, and da da da. I'm like, oh, she brought it back, she could have left with it. And I'm like, in this economy I would have taken it. you know and she had the cashier lady cracked up laughing at that. I was like, I know that's right. Let's see. I have an evil eye ring on my engagement ring finger. I wonder if the eye shows up in a row. No, no, that's the only one that I can see. But yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good. Yeah, yeah. Which I guess that's kind of what this might be indicating. Have you may be looking for danger around every corner, but you're not anticipating the opposite, you know? You know what I mean? Okay, okay. I mean, whatever you got to do. But I mean, you have your man now. Your Andrew, you have your Andrew. Why you got to worry about other men, right? So yeah, that's what I got so far. So far, things seem to be okay. Being long distance is very it's a test. I used to be very against it, but now I'm like whatever about it. You're Andrew. But yeah, you've gotta. I think one of the things you gotta work on is like here, this 9 of water. What is this again? The Gaia. Ooh, Earth. But again, it's that nutritional aspect of it, that nurturing. Yeah, yeah. Maybe too much protection against negativity, not enough attraction of positivity. Of again, it's like a contrast of again the rain, the sudden rain, and the 5 of water versus the lake in the 9 of water. It's different types of nurturance. It's the different forms of sustenance. Oh, hello, Sid. Yes, girl. Sid, it's been too long. How have you been? Let's see. When it comes to like paying, their comment that it's a rite of passage. That's out of my legal expertise. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, it takes a minute. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Out of the bed. Yeah, I listen. My world has grown. The Tigers Abyss cinematic universe is growing here. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, yeah. But back to you, Tina. Get ready for some changes. Maybe see. I think one of the main things is what can you change and what can't you change. And think of that. That's the advice there. And because there's some bumps in the road coming. You know. Gene, new room, new hair. Well, I mean, yeah. Well, my hair is it's just growing out. It's just growing out, but I do want to get a haircut to kind of clean up the sides, I think, because or something, so I don't have to rely on wearing a hat. Look at her, look at her. And thank you, Tina, for stopping by and getting a reading. Yeah. It's been longer than this in the past. Work it. But no, no, I like my backwards cap. I like my backwards cap with my hair. It kind of gives mullet vibes, I feel, and that's what I want. Here comes the hurricane. Katrina, 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 Katrina. Oh, Antonio Banderas. Ah, don't, don't. You're gonna make Evan excited. You like getting those dot indents in your forehead? I don't. I don't. They don't. I don't think I've gotten no. That's acne, girl. That's not good. Don't look at that. The vibes, but not the mullet. What? I like the mullet look right now. It's popular. You made me look. No. She got no, no. Sit. Can we ask a question, or is this? Oh, no, you guys can ask a question. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I should do general readings, though. Not because I usually do like the last ones I've done like that. Collective readings are like the zodiac signs. That's too much. I should do collective readings and ask readings on general forms and all that. Do the three, what is it, the three big ones, right? No, the two big ones. Relationships and career. I think those are the big ones. And yeah. But anyways, so yeah, who all in the chat would like a reading? Raise your hand. Raise of hand, who would like a reading? Well, I don't want one, but just. I just want to see. Okay, yeah, I'm assuming it's a lot, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, 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 yeah. Guess the numbers game. That's the only way I do it when I do individual one-on like readings like that. So yeah, here we go. We got another card here. Guess the numbers game, 0 to 21. Okay. You can guess as many times as you want. Okay, you can't get a reading, Evan. You're not allowed to. But yeah, if you, yeah, guess as many times as you want. Don't spam. Don't spam, but you can guess as many times as you want. You know, first person to get it gets the reading. Okay, no, nope. So far, no. Nobody's been able to. No. Oh, beautiful goddess got it. No, stay. Yeah. The world, but reversed. But the world, I love this. Let's take a minute. Let's take a minute. Let's take a minute and enjoy. Very good. Very good. I love her world cards. They're always so cool to look at. I will say her lion here could have been a little worked on, you know. But independent artist, it's what you get. Love pink. Love pink. So yeah, let's see. Okay. Wait, go on here. Okay, so beautiful goddess, what's your question? What do you want to know? What troubles you? Hmm? Oh, if you're asking, you probably already know. Mm-hmm. No, I don't want that. I want like that so I can see it. Is he cheating on you? Is he cheating on you? I mean, let's ask. Let's see. What are we gonna use? What are we gonna use? What are we gonna use? What's a deck to use for this? I mean, I feel underprepared. Where's the Victorian Romantic Tarot when I need it? I'm unprepared. I'm sorry, but we'll do with what we've got. We'll make do. Don't worry. This one will do. Okay, so it's just about attention. Okay. I guess the better question would be, what's taking up, I mean, is it okay if I change your question, right? Is that all right? I mean, it'd be more so, if he's not giving you attention, I guess the better question is, where is he putting his attention to then? Okay, nothing bad. We were good, right? Okay, so it's not like but if you're asking. No, I want my, okay, good. Because I know what he is up to. Well, if you knew what he's up to, you don't need to be asking. Oh, but together for 5 years. Listen, you find out new things about people, and that's the adventure. Right, Sid? Listen, we see this all the time, beautiful goddess. See this all the time. Let me help everyone. Alexa, play Lemonade by Beyonce. What are you doing, my love? We'll stick to her question, though. We'll stick to her question. I don't want to be like, curiosity killed the cat. But I think at the end of the day, it just all involves okay, it's nothing odd. Okay, I'm assuming she's like. But what if the cards say yes? What if the cards say? She's like, I've read the cards already. My cards say no. Okay. She said, I need a second opinion. All right, all right, all right. Leos do like to flirt. They just like the attention. Leos love the attention, you know? So it's like, ooh, how was that? How's that going? It's usually harmless, yeah. I will say I do like the wordplay. I do like wordplay. Yeah, and that doesn't mean they're gonna like follow through on it. Don't worry, I'm not. Let's see, for real. Yeah, beautiful goddess, you're right. Let's pull some damn cards and see what they say. Well, the cards aren't really being that forthcoming, but what they are showing is maybe you should be suspicious of something. But girl, trust in your intuition. What do I know? Listen, take this with a grain of salt. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer for entertainment purposes only. I am, after all, an unemployed 29-year-old, you know, who's barely starting college. Like, let's just keep things, you know, into perspective here, okay? So the first card you got was the High Priestess reversed. So that is already it's things aren't being clear. It's kind of the ask again later card, you know? Just garlic salt or just kosher salt. Girl, yeah, I'm not allowed to see. I said no. It's very airy as well. Um, so we have the Rider of Stone. Okay. Who's the Knight of Discs? They're looking for new opportunities. This is though more probably more career and work focused. If there's another person, I'm not seeing it. If there's infidelity or cheating, I don't see that. But there is something going on. There is something important to him that he's working on, you know. And I think the High Priestess reverse is kind of saying like, well, you can't really get a clear answer to this question because you're probably not asking the right question, which is what I was probably, yeah. And it's probably like also saying you're looking too deep into it. It's not that deep kind of thing, you know. Because the next card I got was it's about career. Yeah. The next card I got was the element of air. And I see this like it looks like a portal almost with the land, the mountains, and the clouds making an arch over it. So there's some opportunity that he's looking into and he's focusing on probably. We have uh, we have the three of clouds. The three of it's dark, it's cloudy, it's there's some obstacles in the way. There's some things in the way that's keeping him from what he's trying to work on, to what he's trying to focus on. Um, Bottom of the deck, this is where I got some issues. I'm like, ooh, the Five of Clouds reverse. Look at that. The broken tree after the storm. Listen, After any conflict or battle out that he's having, there's gonna be some damage. There's gonna be some losses. That right there. I don't like that. I don't like that. That got me worried. So, it's not necessarily that he's cheating on you, but it's more so that he is worried about something. So I think if you should leave the space open for him to talk about it. Let him talk about it, Oh, I see a broken leg. Oh, I mean, if that's what you, ooh, girl. I hope not. That's not fun. Yeah. That's what it looks like upright. So yeah, it's oh, he is traveling. Yeah, and that is like a thing that I'm kind of saying. I'm like, yeah, like a journey, a path, a safe path. If he is traveling, he better be making sure to be taking the more secure, safe path, in whatever way. I think if that's like via plane, girl, right now, air travel just does not look fun right now. Mm-mm. Especially with all the air, like we got the air card specifically, and we have the three of air. The high priestess is also an airy card to me, even though it's like, yeah, it's like more watery, but I think she can also be air. Um, and the five of cloud, it's just we don't see queen. No, 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 no. The only one I see is the high priestess, but this could represent you, beautiful goddess. This could represent us as readers, the high priestess, divining into trying to see what we're trying to see. So yeah, yeah, don't worry, no cheating there, but yeah, yeah, there we go. I'm like, it either represents you because you're like you read the cards too, so yeah. I'm like, at least there's no infidelity. He comes back with a broken leg. He's like, at least you weren't cheating, babe. Just but let's hope he's safe. I guess that's probably why this card has been showing up. Who else is traveling? A lot of what's going on with traveling with everyone in the collective? Let's do a collective reading right now real quick. For the collective, the Eight of Wands, it's been popping up a lot. Be safe out there, people. Don't give her ideas. It's the summer. It's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, just if you can contact him and communicate with him, just do that and be like, hey babe, be safe. Come back home safe. Tell him that. How long is he traveling for? When will he return? You know, Look out the window and ask, when will he return from the war? I hope it's not for the war. It's like, can we communicate? Okay, good. You just shoot a quick little text or a little voice message, and be like, hey, within 10 days. Oh, okay, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm on a roll today with almost 3 hours going. I'm like, I know that's right. Mm. To rejuvenate. Rejuvenate? With what? With who? I'm just kidding. Even though the cards already said no one else. Rejuvenate, yeah. With who? I saw White Lotus. I've seen White Lotus. Those men aren't there for pure intentions. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I liked it so far. A little concerning though, but at least it's not cheating. But I mean, so I will say to rejuvenate, sometimes you do got to get out of the space that you're usually in. So yeah, take a break in the sun, drink and bake. There we go. We like the beach. Yeah. I mean, again, why traveling? Again, it's a change of place. It's a change of environment. It's because if you're seeing the same things over and over again, It can get stagnant. So I can see why. I can see why he'd want to, you know? Yeah, he wants nature. Walking children in nature. Yes, well, I'm referencing a drag race meme, so don't take that any way weirdly. um, yeah, he wants nature. Yeah, let him. Why? Now here's the real question. You couldn't go, right? Yeah, it's none of my business. I already asked that question, but still. We are not married. So you've been together for 5 years. Ah, Arabs. Ah, okay. I, Gene, Gene, right? John, XO. You're onto something there, yeah. Ah, well, get it over with. Well, follow the traditions. 5 years. Why hasn't he? Or are you guys in the process too? Right? Because I mean, for 5 years, I mean that's 5 years right there. That's already like, listen, let's, you know. Gene. Okay. Gene. See, okay. Gene. I was like, is it Gene or is it Jean? You know? Yeah. Ah, you're a bit crazy and he is uncertain. I mean, after 5 years, that's got to lock in the certainty a bit, you know? But hopefully when he comes back, you know, that'll make him that'll make him more certain as between on you guys, you know? Girl, well, you better tell. Well, I tell him good luck, good luck finding a woman like that. Like you know. Ah, okay. That's also that's weird, but still, I'm 29. Me too. The Saturn return. Our Saturn return. How's your Saturn return going? He says, act like oh, a teenager. Well, that's listen. You need to tell him. You need to tell him. You need to tell him. In my defense, I'm going through my Saturn return right now. Well, I don't know when your Saturn, when exactly it's happening because it's usually a specific time, and I don't know how long it lasts. I think I'm still going through it. But I'll do a video on that. I'll do a video on the Saturn return, on how I've gone through it and what I'm going through with it and how I'm feeling it. You know, Saturn return. The Saturn return is exactly why this is happening. I'm not in my room. Listen. I used to kind of roll my eyes at like astrology things like that, but now I'm like, yeah. Yeah. But hey, listen, at least he's loyal. At least he's loyal. Leos and Geminis are the children of the zodiac. You see, I thought it was like Aries, Pisces, Gemini. Leos, I don't really see as the children. But he doesn't want you messing with his reputation. He's concerned about how others view him. Yeah. You're 29. How old is he? Let's see. There's a baby on the sun card. Yeah, but he's 30. Oh, okay. I was like, okay. Yeah, Gemini's with the peanut butter. Yeah, I'm like, Gemini's I've seen. Leo's not so much. Okay, so anyways, let's do, oh, should I do? Yeah, let's do one more reading to round out the third hour. One last reading, okay? We're gonna do another, the last Guess the Numbers game. Ooh, this is a good one, but it's reversed. But we'll see. So again, got a number. Anybody that wants a free reading, you can guess between 0 and 21. Okay, you see, as people are, you can guess as many times as you want. And, well, doesn't really matter because Sid already got it. The Magus. That's how these are. It's either gonna take a hot minute, or you're not, or it takes forever. But yeah. So yeah, there you go. Even upside down. He's a little deceptive upside down. He's more tricky when he's upside down. He's more he likes to pull a little prank. You know, a little bit of, there's sometimes dishonesty though with it. So yeah, let's see. Anyways, Sid, what's your question? What do we got? I'm not sure. Heavenly, is that your name? Heavenly. I'm gonna say heavenly. I wish I had a set schedule, but I am very temperamental when it comes to my readings and when I go live. I do want to get into a good schedule and go live more often, but the only way really is to just hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell, but I can't really make promises, unfortunately. So yeah, just other things take up my mind, and I just yeah, and it's yeah. There's a lot to it. That would be a video I would like to make and talk about. You know, my scheduling inconsistencies and all that. But anyways, Sid, what's your question? Will the kids ever get jobs and move out by the end of the year? Girl, are you my mom? How many kids? How many kids? What are we talking about? How old are they? Where are we? Where are we? Right now, the job force is not it. How old are they? That's what I want to know. They didn't ask to move in. They moved themselves back in without asking. Right. I remember this now. They're still unemployed. No, I'm not a mutable sign. Both 19. It is our son and his girlfriend. Okay, Evan, send them the CCC link. Sid, tell them to sign up for the CCCs. I'm like, I think they're at the age. Oof. I'm like, if they like the outdoors, and yeah, I don't know. It depends. It depends on the personality, but you know, if they either do it and they get it. But listen, it could help them. Let's see. Let's do a Celtic cross for you just to round out this live stream. Marielle, is Marielle right? Is Marielle the right vibe for this question? No. Let's see. We are ready to just show them the door. Well, CCC, if they do it, they can get housing with it. It's like they live on site essentially, but yeah. Yeah, when was this? I remember doing this reading for you. We're talking about this recently. Not so recently. No, it's the California Conservation Corps. That's what it is. Are you guys in California, right? I can't remember if you're in California. If you're in California, yeah. But I wonder if they have other ones. No, they're probably doing cuts on it. Fuck. Yeah, Northern California. Perfect. Perfect, girl. The humble. Well, I don't know how far north you guys are, but yeah. Again, it's. I think they did some cuts because my boyfriend just got out of it before the election, essentially, or was it before the election? Yeah, around yeah. Yeah, good night, wish card. Yeah, and thank you for stopping by. Thank you everyone who stopped by the way. But if you guys stick around and enjoy the reading, so you can see how I do things, so you guys know, what's up, how I do, how I do, what I do, how I do. Let's see. I'm sure he's already done cuts to it, I think, but in terms of like as a good resume builder, like it helped my boyfriend get his current job right now. Right, right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. The federal funding did, yeah. Yeah, but either way, point is they should look into it. They should at least try that. It's really fun and it's at least from what I've seen. I'm like if I wasn't at the cutoff age when I heard about it, I would have for sure signed up for it. Oh, thank you, beautiful goddess. I try. And that's kind of the point of a tarot reading, you know? It's supposed to, you're supposed to be conscious of of the person that's getting a reading for you, you know? I try. At the end of the day, I try. But anyways, and Sid, the magician reverse, honestly, at this point, you might have to gaslight girl boss gatekeep, you know? They have to actually work. Listen, look, listen. I mean, rare readers do that. Really? I feel. And again, I don't go through a lot of readers. Most of the readers that I've seen and I've done readings with, they usually tend to do pretty good. Well, they could. No, if you need to, that no, that's actually they could. Restricting internet access is actually not. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Nope. That's no. Because then how are they going to apply to jobs? How are they going to find out about jobs? How are they going to, uh, go out? That is true. I will say, I do feel like it's better to in person do it, but the internet is a good form of signing up for or getting notified or seeing who out there is looking for workers, you know. They don't at least live stream it or something. Well, yeah, but the smartphones need the Wi-Fi, you know, if they're going to look for jobs. But here's the thing what I go back to, and I think I talked about this the last time. Are they pulling their weight around the house? And it doesn't sound like they are, you know. Yeah, nope, not pulling that. No, that's the issue right there. Not even not even sweeping, not even pushing the vacuum over the carpet once or something, or you know, taking the dog for a walk or whatever, or doing a load of laundry like nothing, you know? Listen, as much as I need to get a job too, it's hell out there to get a job. Like it takes forever, but they have been, yeah, they act like refugees. Listen, at this point, you need to start rationing the food out to be like, listen, I only made food for myself. If you want to, you got to make it yourself. There's bread, ham, and cheese. Go on, go. You know, is that, you know? Okay, they at least do their own laundry, you know. But again, like, have they tried Uber Eats or DoorDash or whatever? Because you're close to where? What city are you close to? Because if you're in Northern California, are you close to San Francisco, right? What? As they don't like healthy food? Uh, San Jose. They don't have dependable car. Rough. That is annoying. How old? You said what? They're 19? And they're 19, you said, right? Listen. And you know what? McDonald's these days is not as good as it used to be. In terms of like sure their fries hold up maybe, but in terms of service quality, no. They can't sign up for Section 8, so they can move out. This is very a practical thing. But I will say, like if you can push them to get that to look into the CCC. You got to give them an ultimatum. Oh, that's right. Yeah. There's a waiting list for Section 8. Yeah, that's true. But still, something. I actually love it there, but I still don't have full-time hours. Listen, something. Oof. Which, I mean, Sid, can I change my question? Sure, if you want to. I'm like, if that's what you think you need to do. How can I deal with this? Yeah, it's like, what can you do? How can you deal with this? We're going to do that. I think that's the better question. Let's see. How can I find my calm no matter what the two yahoos do? I mean, God. Because it's not like you're making enough money to really support them anyways, in the first place. Which I'm like, listen, I'm in no space to talk, but you give my current situation as well. But like, listen, I'm doing Uber Eats here. I'm doing stuff. I'm doing this. I'm writing. I'm doing something. I'm going to school. They've gone to school. Are they not going to school? Are they going to school at least? Not even online classes? He doesn't like school. It's looking rough. Teach people how to treat love. Rough. I'm so sorry you're still dealing with this, Sid. I was there. I will say it took me a long time to get into the right mindset that I could. Let's see what the cards say. What we can do with this. Let me move a little bit here. I mean, what can they do? Again, if they're gonna be doing it, you gotta tell them, like, listen, get a fucking YouTube and start streaming that shit, Like, what the hell? Like, you're just sitting playing video games, like, do something. Yeah. I'm like, you gotta pull your weight, It's not cute. No, don't do that. I'm like, that's not. It's more so you have to just. That's, yeah, that is rough. That is rough because at least for me, to talk about me for a while, at least I know to try and be like, listen, I can't just, or you can get in their Xbox. What does he have? Xbox, PlayStation, PC? The fireworks are going off. Yeah. Steam. Ah, it's PC then. How, what the fuck? How the hell? Maybe that's what he gets. Well, that's what he gets. That's what he gets. Wait, how is he getting Steam money? How is he getting money for Steam? How is he getting money to pay for Steam? Which they do have good deals on Steam, but it's rare. But well, not rare, but still, in his position, how is he affording the Steam? How is he affording to buy games off of Steam? Oh, so it's just old games he already. But he lost all of them, so like, what does that mean? Like, come on. It's you. I'm like, listen. I'd be like, listen, look, listen. You're still young. 19 isn't too bad, but 19 isn't too bad, but still, it's you can't just let them walk over you like this. Okay, let's pull some damn cards already, okay? Because this is getting. Let's see. Let's see our first card. Ooh. Interesting. The 10 of Earth, which is like your extended family. Listen, if they're not going to be doing it, you got to tell them like, hey, make me a grandbaby that can be actually productive. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't say that. No, don't do that. That's a joke. It's the desert, but we also have the seeds and this harvest here. And we have Telepinu, the Hittite god of vegetation. What's interesting is that we have this mask and this blindfold here. And they're both not looking at each other. And at the same center, it's not, it's just, there's so much going on there. Let's see, what's crossing? Oh, the 9 of air, thunder. What is this? Jumala, the Finnish god of thunder. So honestly, it looks like a judgment card, but no babies. You're like, I already have one. Yeah, it's giving. You just gotta tell them. You gotta put the pressure on them. What I mean, like you can only, yeah. Oof. The son of Earth. And then we have the son of Air. Interesting. And the father of water, huh? And then we have the daughter. Lots of court cards going on here. 11. Oh, okay. Oh, please. How is he not getting time then? If he hasn't had a full day of work in 2 weeks, does that mean like he like what goes in for like an hour or something or what? Ooh. Ooh. Bottom of the deck. Like I said, you reap what you sow. We got the harvest here. Who's the goddess here? Akka, Finnish goddess of the harvest. Finnish gods going on here. Let's see. Okay, so we talked about the 9 of air being the storm, you know. Which it's sort of like you kind of want you want the rain without the storm, if that makes sense. Let's see, 4 hours so far this week, nothing last week. He needs to get more hours then. It's like, so yeah, it's giving like when you say a shouting argument, you know, yeah, it's like I really do, but I'm just a bitch now. It's like, yeah. I have to not care so I don't just start yelling all the time. You see that right there? It's like it's I think people are trained not to take people seriously when they're crashing out and yelling like that. Uh, oh no, you're fine. You're fine, beautiful goddess. Everybody does it. All the tarot girlies love to do it in my chat. It's fine. It's fine. It's. I do it too. I do it too in other chats too. Uh, yeah, she wants them to have a wake up call, a shaking call. Yeah, it's at least he has a little something that will help, and that could, resume builder. But still, come on, it's get more hours. In this economy, we cannot afford unemployment. Okay, again, yeah. So foundation at the bottom. What's supporting this essentially? I guess the 10 of fire. I don't like this. Flare. Who is it? Odin, Scandinavian god of battle. They don't have jobs that would ask for a resume. What type of job doesn't ask for a resume? What jobs are they looking at that don't ask for resumes? Where are these jobs so I can car washer? I applied to be a car washer. They still ask for a resume and shit, and I was like, ones that pay under the table. Even then, you'd be getting more. I guess. Past, we have the Son of Earth reversed, which is commuta. I need to see what these are. Commuta. What is she talking about? I need to look into that. The sun in winter. But here we see that Mercury figure. There it is. Here he is. But he's in the past and he's going down. What happened? What happened with the communication? You have to. I think this is a matter of telling them, listen, I'm exhausted. I can't support you anymore. This cannot be going on. And sure, go ahead, enjoy it. But just to let you know, I ain't getting any younger. And this is not sustainable. They just lie to shut us up. Why did he get fired? What was he doing that he got fired? How did he get fired from a pest control company? Hmm. Well, why didn't you? What did you say when you confronted them about them not applying? Like, why didn't you apply? You know. Uh, we have here what crowns you, the son of air reversed. Again, it's that communication of saying manipulative communication. That's honestly what you need to do. Is what it's kind of suggesting with the magician reverse, the son of Earth. You see Mercury here going up the stairs, and the son of air reversed. It's giving you got to switch up how you talk to them, and it's weird. If I had if I would have just kicked them out. I think you mentioned something about like your husband also just kind of like doesn't have the heart to kick them out, which isn't horrible because there is a homelessness problem going on here. And at least they're safe here. But again, it's like you can't just be at home doing nothing and just playing video games. No, no, no. You gotta pitch in. You gotta do something. You've got to do something. You have an excellent BS detector. Love that. So the future, what's coming towards you, something that's coming into you, the father of water. Are you able to find a counselor or someone that you can talk to? Because I can't be that. This ain't me. This ain't me, baby. But a counselor that's able to help you talk to them and see help you process this. Like you said, I need to know how I can deal with this. I think a counselor can definitely help with this. Um, definitely the father of water, the king of cups is that therapist, counselor, because again, it's a strain on your emotions, and stress is the number one killer. Yeah, and that would be more money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, I've done BetterHelp, and it was like 45 a session. And I was like, listen, I got no income. This is the best I can do. And they're like, here. And that's what I did. And I wasn't mad at the therapist, but but I do need to get back on it. But that's me. Uh, yeah, or pay rent or at least the phone bill. I'm barely now able to pay for my phone bill. But it's something. Hard to set boundaries when they move themselves in. Am I? No. You can set boundaries even after. Okay, they take care of their phone. Okay, that's at least a plus right there. That's at least something, you know. But again, it's the lack of help for me and staying in your space, you know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Do they at least run errands? Like that's what I do. I help my family out with what they need. I'm like like mom's like, hey, can you go refill the 5 gallon water jugs? We got like 5 gallon water jugs we gotta go fill up, and I'm like, yes, I will. You know that right there. No, I don't like that. You and your husband don't have time alone. No, at this point, you should just girl, girl, just fuck really loudly, and that'll get them out. Pardon my French. Okay, so the next card we have the daughter of air. Again, that communication. What is it saying? Agusita, the moon in spring. Anyways, yeah, we have. He has the responsibility to take the trip. Girl, my nephew, my 9-year-old nephew does that. My 9-year-old nephew does that and feeds the dogs and does a few other stuff as well. Like, what's he got? There's something that how you've been communicating definitely needs to shift. That's the only way Don't let them beat you down, I think is also. Don't shut yourself up. Don't keep saying, nag them. Be annoying. Be annoying, okay? Surrounding energy, the sun. That clarity, that light, that illumination, that revelation, you know? Um, when you leave the house, turn off the AC. And so I'm just kidding, that's also mean, but it's still something, you know? What is this? Yeah, there you go. So here is the T. He has never been given any responsibility at all growing. That's the problem. He is my husband's son, and he's never given. Ah. Oh, okay, good. I'm like, I'm at it. Okay. Yeah, the sun. What else? I mean, that's the only no, there's another major arcana. We're gonna see this. We're gonna see it right now. Hopes and fears. We have the forest, the nine of earth. At the end of the day, we just want everyone to be taken care of. But you can't just be la la la, happy, happy, all up in the forest like that, you know? You want them to be sustainable because guess what? You're not going to be able to take care of them the whole time for the rest of your life. No. You hold your tongue well. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I feel like you're justified in saying, hey, this is my house too, and I'm a part of this family as well. I may not be your actual mom, but this is my space as well. You've got to respect that space, you know? Potential outcome. The last card, the Hanged Man. Sacrifice. What does she say? I am the knowledge of my inquiry. Inquiry. I'm the knowledge of my inquiry. The inundation here as well. But it's reversed. You're looking at it the wrong way. Switch it around. Turn it around, Mimi. Turn it around, you know? I mean, here's the thing. There we go. I was about to say. But if her husband doesn't stand behind what she's asking for, nothing will change. So that's the other grace. No, no. Well, you'd more so be. Again, it's about the reaping what they sow, sleeping in the bed that they made. Eventually, you and your husband aren't going to be able to support them anymore, either because you get too old or you pass away. That's going to happen. That's, you know, how are they going to be able to do it when you're not, when, you know? I'm like, they need to start getting ready for it now. And it's just, yeah, I see. Yeah. We're back at it. We're back at it again. Here we are again. You got to talk to a counselor and a therapist for yourself and how you can deal with this and better process this, because it's kind of like you've nagged and said what you could and told them as much as you could to the extent that you could, but if they're not going to hear it, then it's like, you know what, fine. And at this point, if your husband isn't supporting you, which it's, and that right there is like, what do you do? How do you, what's the ultimatum? What's the compromise that you can say? If not, it's going to lead to divorce. It's like, you know what? Hey, listen, if you're going to be picking your son over me, which he naturally would, it's like, since it seems like he doesn't want the family to be working together in a cohesion, you know, then listen. listens to Home Depot application thing. He has come around. Well, there you go. He's like, listen, and it's like it's one thing to apply and then still not like, get the job. Because let me tell you, I applied. I've applied. I apply and I either don't hear back, or it just doesn't pan out. It's just. I'm like, I'm working the urge to start another round of applications again, but it's really defeating to me, at least personally. He doesn't want his son to move to Florida with his mom, so that keeps him from being really stern. I mean, listen. Okay. I applied several times, then I go, okay, so I'm gonna try reapplying then. Yeah, why does he feel guilt towards his son? That's a good question. Yeah, Lowe's, right? I've applied to Lowe's. I don't think I've applied to Best Buy. I feel like Best Buy they have, I don't know, something about it. I've applied to Target. Always be hiring, but they never be taken. Like they'll never like they say they're accepting applications, but they're never hiring. And Walmart should always. And I think again, I think they have, but it's the same thing. Yeah, Best Buy is on it. Yeah, kind of. I mean, where the Best Buy on where I'm at seems to be doing fine. Worked for the post office. Ooh, I would love to work for the post office. I stay trying to get to the post office, but federal jobs, right, right. Oh, sorry, kitty pelotas. I'm on the last reading, and we're wrapping it up in a bit. So yeah, in and out. No, I. Here's the thing, like hearing how they are, hearing how his, how they are, it demands that a drive for actual work, and they don't have that, and it's like. Okay, it takes place. Okay, yeah, yeah. So it's like, especially like again, I was like In and Out. Yeah, they have, but it's like no, In and Out actually, they actually do have, because they do have really, really good benefits. But it's like, yeah. So yeah, it's eventually, hopefully sooner before it gets too late, before at least before they're 21, it clicks in that they can't just be rotting in their bed all day. It took a hot minute for me, but and even then during that, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. In my defense, at least I was still, again, pulling my weight around in my living space, in the space that I was living in. Uh, Again, eventually the house rotting will get to them. Uh, it's just, it's like it's a form of depression, honestly, as well, because it's like, what, you don't have the aspiration to get to do more, to create, to do, you know? Yeah, I'm always great. I always keep it in check. My parents are such a huge help to me. I'm like, I'm very lucky to have the parents that I have. Um, what sign are you? Who, me? So hard to keep my volcano in check. I'm like, and usually as Aries, we should be able to drive them and push them forward to get the work done, to inspire and to lead and to be like, you got, it's that should be there. Entitlement, literally, this is what schools have been promoting to kids for the last 15 years. And it's like you should have entitlement to like good quality work pay, but you also have to push on them actual work ethic and skills. And we only have oh, me, I'm an Aries as well. I'm an Aries, yeah. um I love the warmth in the magma chamber. Um, but what they don't promote is no. You know what it is? They don't promote for kids to work after high school. They push for them to go to college. And that's it. And it's like for me, it's like yeah. And we all understand each other. Like the Council of Aries just like yelling at these two 19-year-olds, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, go do something. Like, you have all this free time. Make something at the very least. This is the vibe I'm feeling right now with myself at the very least. You know, it's like I'm here doing nothing. I want to learn to do something and create something and work on something at the very least, you know. The itch is getting to me, and it's like I'm tired of sitting looking at my phone, you know. Essentially, I'm tired of sitting and playing a video game. As much as I love to be a lazy motherfucker, I still am now. I'm like, okay, I gotta do something. Just don't work and live off the government. I That wasn't really, thankfully in my school, that wasn't really the idea. That right there is like, I'm like, it's good that that's a good safety net, but you really shouldn't have to resort to that, you know? Well, eventually, hopefully over time, the again, this is probably, that's the sun right there, you know? And it's like you're eventually gonna see, and the reality and the realization is gonna happen. Yeah. I was told to stop. Trade school would be fun, yeah. You're 29, he's 19. School is not what it used to be. Yeah, when I would have gone, again, I graduated high school 2015, and it was yeah. But a trade that is different. Yeah, yeah. I'm like, listen, we need, what is it? What is it? We don't need lawyers, engineers, and doctors anymore. We need like construction workers and all that. But it's like, yeah. Anyways, yeah. We need a more blue collar, you know, sanitation workers. What else? Plumbers. How can you not find the time to actually sign up for the class? You should just shut everything off and be like, sign up for the class right now. He's supposed to be a YouTube star. Listen, how is he not trying to be a YouTube star? How is he not? Then is he uploading? What's his channel? What's his content? Does he upload? Says the person who barely uploads as well. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have a channel. Jesus Christ. Not even a Twitch. It's so easy to sign up for a Twitch. I'm just like, there's opportunities out there. Again, it's giving depression. And so it's like, maybe he also needs a therapist, but it's like, do you want to pay for that? If his dad cares about him so much, he would force him to get a therapist. Well, you can't really force someone, because then that kind of defeats the purpose. It's like it's against their will. But he would encourage him to get it, because this is depression at this point. Yeah, I can see why, but again, like I said, like, it is a thing. Like, they could sue you if you cut off the internet for them. But I doubt they know about that. If they don't have the drive to get to if they don't have the drive to sign up for the class, I mean, if it's a class action lawsuit, oh yeah, that's true. They don't have the money for it. But still, it isn't. No, but they could. Well, no, not necessarily sue or get a lawyer, but they could call the police because you'd be essentially restricting a resource, a very valuable resource, to them. Oh, I would too. Yeah, yeah. I would say that. Say you can't afford the internet. Tell them how high the utilities and gas. Yeah, tell them. You know what? I can't. Yeah, do that. I would say. I don't have the money for a payout. He can't sue because there's no. Oh, okay. Oh. Actually, I'm like, by law, they technically do in California, I believe. At least that's what my sister told me. She's like, actually, I can't, like, you have to give a Wi-Fi password to them because that's like, you'd be essentially restricting communication for them. And that if you cut off the internet. So if there's an emergency and they don't have, because now all phone calls are now based off of Wi-Fi and mobile data and no longer from phone service, cutting off Wi-Fi would restrict them if there's an emergency. So yeah. No, that's not true. Oh, okay. Well, either way, I'd be careful. I'd be careful cutting off resources like that. But I would say more so that you're gonna restrict some of the stuff, you know. You're like, let them. I mean, like, yeah, honestly, that will be fun. Yeah. Sorry, Marilyn Monroe. I'm not doing readings anymore. I am going to hop off right now, actually, because we were just talking shit about Sid Foley's kids. Well, step kids. No, don't say a list, Gene. Thank you, but no list. There never was a list to begin with. Then all the line. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Stepkid and I'm sorry for the girlfriend. The girlfriend is wild. The girlfriend is wild. But that being said, the girlfriend did get kicked out of her own house, right? I can't remember. But that's wild. No. She of all people should be washing them dishes, helping you. Oh, hey sis, you cooking? What can I do to help? You know, oh, you cooking? How do you cook that? You know, what do I? You know, something. It's just. Oh. Oh, okay, okay. Never mind. Good for her then. Yeah, well, yes. No, he's a schmuck. He is. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I wish I could offer you more help, but it seems that it's just therapy and vocalizing how emotionally and mentally exhausted you are that he's being a burden, unfortunately, when he can clearly do it and his depression is uh weighing down on you. That's no way. Yeah, that's a toxic relation. Yeah, yeah. Because essentially, he's then gonna be. What it's gonna lead to is essentially that once you guys are out of the picture and no longer able to house and support them, she's gonna be the one that's taking up all the work, and she's gonna get tired of it, and she's gonna leave him. I mean, it would just that Gene, that would I feel uh, because I can sometimes I like I said this hits close to home for me because it's a very similar situation, and in his state of mind, I can already tell saying that and showing that to him, showing what it costs and all that, it's gonna go in one ear and out the other because it's just not it takes something else for things to click. What it is, I can't pin it down, but hopefully sooner rather than later, you know? Something, yeah, yeah. Okay, I would like to keep going on through this, but my throat is starting to hurt, and we have been yapping for a hot hour on this because it's enthralling, yeah. So yeah. Uh, oh, I'm sorry, sweet sweater weather. Oh, sweater weather, sweater weather. I'm sorry, I'm hopping off. Yeah, I gotta. I'm like, I would like to do a reading if you paid, but I can't. I can't. I'm drained. I've done so many already. Uh, yeah, I'll see you when I go live again. So yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. But anyways, thank you everyone who stopped by. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Sid, good luck. Good luck. No, don't blame yourself, girl. Don't blame yourself. No, you're doing what you can. You're doing what you can. Uh, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I have a Fiverr. If you do, well, you can go to my Fiverr, sweater weather. If you do, or I think I have Hipsy. I think Hipsy. I can also the links down below. Check it out. Um, yeah. I hope. Yeah, that's what it is. How can I get through to you? Wait, that's actually a book that I want to read. But moving on. Yeah. Uh, no, I mean for wearing you. Oh no, not at all. You're at the you were the tail end, Sid. So I was already. Trust. If I was worn out, I wouldn't have done that. I would have said sorry. I can't. You know. But yeah, get a therapist for yourself, Sid, and that will. Okay, I kind of cut out there for a second. Get a therapist for yourself. That'll really help you. And, and yeah, just you've done what you could. You've done what you could. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And at this point, you've done all you could. So yeah. Um, so there you go. I have to be at work at 6 a.m. So I'm good. Yeah, I need to go to bed too. So yeah. Good night, everyone. But that horse is smelly. Still, it don't matter. You still can't force it to drink. All right. Yep. Stay persistent and positive and communicate and express it. It's like this is too exhausting for me to your husband. To tell him it really is putting a strain on you, you know. And he should empathize with that and tell him that, you know, I'm gonna get a therapist so I can work through this because this is too much for me even as well. You know. So yeah. I wish you luck. And I'll see you everyone else in the next live stream. Bye bye. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to stop this. I think it's the X. Let's see. Are you sure? Yes.